Oh my goodness. I was just on the phone with my ex-wife trying to deal with insurance for my car. Got a lot to tell you here. Got a fresh trim, guys. Got something good going for me. I'm looking pretty sexy with this trim. Look at that. Looking fresh. As fresh as they come. So, right, okay, where do I start here? I've got a lot. Before I start, I'll read your comments. I apologize for being late. I had to deal with those phone calls. Just been a relentless 3, 4, 5 days. All right. Hello, discreet peon. I'm finally at your stream on time. Excellent. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chronic Masturbator. Much love. Lateness is greatness. I don't know. Wow, 11 in the live, 7 likes. That's 11 times 7 for the 77s with Boris. And doesn't today leave 117 days left in the year? I think it does. Yes, it does. Kathy, much love to you. Nothing but love and respect. Yeah, I'm getting in the lives whilst I can. So Kathy is aware of where I live because I've met her. She knows how bad the storms can get and the hurricanes. So she's telling me to look after myself. She thinks I'm not going to get on the flight to England. I think I am. I believe I am. I pray that I am. But I'm not going to be shocked completely if I don't. So Kathy, it starts heavily raining in 2.5 hours. That's why I decided to get my hair cut today and go to the bank and a few other things. I'll explain my situation with the bank in a moment as well. Who else we got? Cheeto, how you doing, brother? SCK267, hi, mate. Alto. I want to say that Alto, I was responding to all my comments yesterday. Takes forever. It does, to be honest. Takes forever. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing it. 15 alive, 8 likes, guys, for when the Society of Jesus was recognized by the Catholic Church. Freemasonry 158, and the girl who I said would become president was born on a day leaving, not president, prime minister, on a day leaving 158 days left in the year. I want to say Alto is a phenomenal decoder. I think he'd be a great in my community, but even if he isn't, he's phenomenal. He leaves some phenomenal codes. I don't know why I'm saying phenomenal every other word, but the guy's got talent. He's got a ton of talent, man. Or she. I don't know. Sometimes I say he and they go, hey, my name's Louise. I'm like, all right, okay. This person has great talent. Okay, you want me to sing that bit for you? What's up, TJ Baker, baby? How you doing? Where's the hat? I bought a new hat today. Because I can't bring over those rotten old LA hats and my Costa Rica hat. I've got a brand new hat that I bought. I'm not going to put it on. I don't want to mess up my nice hair at the moment. But okay, right. He wants me to sing some "Life Is a Roller Coaster." So let me find the lyrics. All right, give me a moment. Okay, here we go. I'll sing the chorus for you because you're a good decoder. All right. And you're a nice person, it seems. Here we go. 3, 2. Oh, by the way, before I get into the song, I had to do this the day that I've had. I had to do this. And for the guy who says I have a wheat addiction because I drink maybe once a week, guys, cheers. I had to. The day I've had, I need a few beers. I just need a few. I need a few. All right. Okay. Ronan Keaton, who was the lead singer of Boyzone, but this song, as far as I'm aware, was when he was a solo artist. All right. Let me have a little drink before I bang this out. Oh, I had lasagna again for lunch and I dropped it on my white beach shorts. That was just like, all right, there we go. Whatever. What a joke. Raging, but what a joke. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We found love, so don't fight it. Woo! Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. Bit more. I need you, so stop hiding. Our love is a mystery, girl. Let's get inside it. There you go. Oh, just there you go. Cheers, baby. That was for no other than my boy Alto. Alto means tall in Spanish. So Alto, are you tall? Is that where you get the name from? Loving the curls. I don't have curls, bro. I have straight hair. I don't have much hair, but it's definitely not curly. Ooh, I'm not Screech. Guys, remember when I coded Screech from Saved by the Bell's death like 5 weeks before he died? I got the exact date of when he was going to die. Not that I'm really proud of that, but it's pretty insane, isn't it? 5 weeks before, not like the day before. Hey, Adam, thoughts on Nadal and US Open so far? Very back and forth, no pun intended. Nadal wins. With my code, Nadal wins. For me. The stuff I found for Nadal is breathtaking. If he goes out today, I'll laugh in a way that he's playing against someone called Francis. And so much of his riddles are the Society of Jesus, who were founded in France. And he won the French Open. So if he goes out to a guy called Francis, that's the only thing I can see where they're just taking the piss. But the numbers for Nadal are great. And tennis, as I've said to you recently, tennis is the worst sport to bet on for your emotions. If you're going to bet on tennis, do not watch the game. Every serve, every shot, every double fault, every volley that they miss, it drains you. I know from experience. I was so good at decoding tennis. I watched the games and it's painful. So if you have bet on Nadal or you have bet on whoever, don't watch the games. Don't watch the games. Hey, Happy Face Man, ex-Navy SEAL James Blunt. Okay. Is that what you guys just know? You guys, honestly, speaking to me these days, that it's like I'm Ed Sheeran going live. So, okay. The opening lines of this, My Life is Brilliant, is not exactly how I'm feeling right now with all the shit that's going on, but it is also brilliant at the same time. So here we go. I can do James Blunt's voice pretty well. All right. 3, let me have another sip. Then this last bit of singing, unless I do it randomly, I'm not taking, what's the word? Requests. I won't be taking requests after this one. Okay, James Blunt, You're Beautiful from the album Back to Bedlam, I think. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel. Of that I'm sure. She smiled at me on the subway. Woo! She was with another man. But I won't lose no sleep on that, 'cause I've got a plan. Everybody in the chat, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. Wow. Okay, that's enough now. Ronan's shaking in his boots, baby. I think so. Illusion about to sing Raining Men. Not today, bro. It's going to be raining later on today where I live, though. Jeez. YMCA is up next. Nah. 33 watching, 34 now. Just seen your Trust video. Absolutely brilliant. What a great name. DJ Space Opera. I'd go watch you live just for your name. Thank you for the compliment. You sing better than James Blunt. I'm sure he played Danny Minogue, mate. That would not shock me. Like James Blunt, who just was a Navy SEAL, and then he becomes like #1 in the charts. What a load of bullshit. Was he ever a Navy SEAL? All right, giving him that story. Bullshit. Navy SEAL. All right. Trust is a bloke, no doubt. That's why I said she's going to be the 3rd woman to become the Prime Minister. Who have you had? Margaret Thatcher? And then you had Theresa May, who's even more blokey looking, as was Margaret Thatcher. And then you got Truss. I like to call Truss Russ, like Russell. Woo! All right. Before, I have not even told you about my last couple of days. Good stuff, mate. Love the singing. Cheers, mate. Alto in Spanish and Italian. Thanks for the comments. No, thanks for your comments. All right. What's been going on? All right. Let's break this down. All right. I'm not here to be like, I told you who would be Prime Minister. I'm not even going to go through that. If you've seen the videos, you know what I said? It's going to blow your head off. Especially when I found another 5'6", that bloke, Truss, actually became a PM on 5'6", 2010 as well. I could not believe my eyes when I caught that this morning, when I did a little bit more research. 5'6", another 56, there was about 10 of them. I was like, wow, Adam, this shows you. Do you know the biggest thing I took from this? The biggest thing I took from this, was I've just shown you that it's all coded. That your vote means nothing. That your vote's an illusion of choice. All right? That you get all animated about it, and she's going to do this, and she did this, and she was better in the debates, and she's going to save the education system, and he's going to do that, and he went against Boris and lost faith with the Conservatives. All those storylines that they write down, that are getting written down. All right? It's on your TV. It's scripted. Simple. If it's on your TV, it's scripted. Woo! Get that on your T-shirt. Woo! If it's on your TV, it's scripted. Woo! 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 All right? Get that on a T-shirt. Put my head on it if you want. All right? Donnie, keep it up. That's what she said. Thank you so much, Don, for your... Oh, God, I'm surprised I'm going with this energy. Slept 3 hours. Don's my super fan. And not just with the money that he sends me, that helps me, and I'll explain why I'm going to need it with what happened to me yesterday, but just the phone calls, the text, the little things that he does for me, the things I do for him. We're always there for each other. All right? If he's feeling down, who does he contact? He contacts me. And I'm starting to feel like an agony ant. Do you know how many people ask me for advice today? It must be over double figures. All right? How do you code? Adam, I'm going to London in October. Where should I stay? Adam, but what else did they ask me? How do I find God? Adam, what hotel should I stay in when I come to where I live? Can't remember some of the other stuff. It's just like all these people asking me for advice. Adam, what do you think of this code? Do you think it'll hit? It's like, wow, I'm like an agony ant, to be honest. Dear Deirdre, for your DD, for your 44, for your DD day, for your double Ds, baby. Woo-woo! How am I getting this energy? My electricity got turned off last night, out of nowhere, no storm. Speaking of storm from X-Men, Halle Berry was a bloke. There were no storm. And I have been working myself to the bone for a week. I would say for 2 years, but in particular this week. And it's almost like the better my work's become, the more I've been getting hammered in the Matrix. The Matrix has been destroying me, right? Or should I say, trying to destroy me. So the better my stuff gets, the more I'm getting targeted. Guys, last night, my electricity turned off as I was posting my Boris Johnson video. It got to 83% and stopped. And then the light and fan went off. 83 is the 23rd prime, which is the 9th prime, which is 3 times 3. And I was like, wait, what just happened? I thought maybe it'll come straight back on. No. So then I tried to go to sleep because I was knackered, but I couldn't sleep because I was red hot and I was just restless. Maybe because my brain was so stimulated with the codes that I did, the stuff I was finding. Like, oh my God, Theresa May resigned 3 years and 11 days as Prime Minister, and then coronavirus gets declared a global pandemic on 3/11. I was like, oh my goodness, Adam, and the US election was on 3/11. Wow. So my brain it's just like that, my brain. So I needed a beer today. I don't often drink, but it calms me down every now and again. My electricity, or should I say my fan and light, well, my electricity came on at 3:22, skull and bones. It lasted exactly 1 hour, 60 minutes. All right. 222, order out of chaos 222. It's 2022. I flew to LA on the 222nd day of 2022, all organically. All right, you can ask Andreas. All these stuff that happened, then it comes back on at 322 for skull and bones. And 322, think about it with time, is 11 minutes after 3:11. My favorite number is 11, and I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, the 11th prime. Jesus equals 11. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic on the 11th day of March. 11 times 3 is 33. I had my awakening at age 33. I was born on 33 date numerology. And no, that doesn't make me a Freemason. I'm doing the work of Jesus right now. And I'm going to read some of the stuff from Revelation to explain it so you understand. So I'll tell you what's happened to me. Today's all right. The only one thing that happened to me today that almost gave me a heart attack was I went to go get my barnet cut. I always pay with cash because I like to give a nice tip. I always give like a 30% tip, even though it's probably one of the easiest jobs in the world cutting my hair because I don't have a lot of it. Paid it, all happy, had a great conversation. This girl called Claudia was speaking English and Spanish, and it was fun. And it was rock and roll music in the background. And I realized how much I love rock and roll music. I forgot. And my mum loves it. And mum, I know you don't watch my stuff, but when I come home, and I'm going to say when, I'm going to dance with you because I know your favorite thing after running is to dance. I'm going to dance some rock and roll with you, baby. All right? And it made me think of you. All right? And then this song came on. Let's go do the hop. Let's go do the hop, oh baby. And my mum wants to take me to a restaurant for a birthday, and it's called the Hop. So I said, wait. She was about to cut my hair. I said, espérame. Wait. Espérame, por favor. Please wait. And I was like, Mum, here you go. Let's all do the hop. Let's go to the Hop. And then I went, ooh, to my mum. I don't know if she's responded, to be honest with you. But something divided by something always 33. I don't know about that. 72 divided by 2 is not 33. Divided by 4 is not 33. Not everything does that. Mark Henry, yeah, it is. It's a big old woman. Is Mark Henry. But how he's so big, again, I've told you, the drugs, the steroids, people are seeing it now. And I think one of the main reasons why people are seeing it is my Hugh Jackman video. The Hugh Jackman video, which I wasn't able to monetize because they would have really reviewed it and probably not put it up. So pretty much my best videos I don't monetize because I know they're the ones that would make me the most money, but they probably would get me kicked off. So I don't monetize them because they're a little bit more lenient when you don't monetize your video. Cheers. So yeah, people are waking up. People keep telling me that, no one's waking up. You don't see the emails I get every day. You don't see the text messages. You don't see the YouTube comments. You've changed my life. I'm waking up. My family are waking up. Me and my girlfriend are waking up together. It's beautiful. My son's even seeing it. My daughter, my 9-year-old daughter's talking about numbers now. She's seeing them. It's God. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you. I was speaking to Cloud today. You know, amazing girl from Ireland. We spoke for like 2 hours, had an amazing chat, made each other laugh. We talked about God. We talked about our stories. We talked about me being in England. Talked about so many things. And then I ended I said, I need to go now. I've got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna sing it. And she loved the song as well. And it was I don't know all the lyrics, to be honest. But I just know I love this song, and again, it reminds me of my mum. It was, what was it, Clau? Are you in the live, Clau? It was, what's her name? I forgot her name, but it was, I think it's somewhat Warwick, but it's Little Prayer. I'll say a little prayer or something. And it's like, again, I'm singing, nobody's requested this. All right, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while I'm combing my hair now, I'm wondering what dress to wear now. Brad Pitt, I say a little prayer for you. And we were singing it together, and it was glorious. Have you seen Brad Pitt's recent photograph of him in a dress? I've been calling it. It's telling you who he is, a woman who's had a jaw reconstruction, who's had steroids to get this incredible body, who has CGI that helps him out. That's why he dated Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, who are both men. All right? So, and figure it out for yourself at this point. Yes, John Bon Jovi is also a genetic female when you study his anatomy. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. Is WWE real? The wrestling they do, the moves they do, the bumps they take, all real. The travel they have to do, all real. The storylines, predetermined. The winner, predetermined. So is it real? It depends what you define real as. for me. The action's real. The outcome is, I guess it's real, but it's not so much like the best man or girl wins. But it's still real. It's happening, if you get what I'm saying. It depends how you define real. I had trust, bro. I did one phenomenal code for trust. I did a phenomenal code for Boris. Watch it. I've just shown in those 2 videos that their whole careers have been scripted and coded and all connected to Freemasonry. Just the work I'm putting out now, it's because I'm staying up till 3 and 4. I've done it for 2 years. And I was speaking to a few other people about this, is I ain't half in when it comes to this. I'm not half in. I've changed my whole life and I chose it. Trust has already won, mate. I think. Trust won. That code for Boris was the thing. Amazing work. Thank you, Divine. You're an amazing woman. I thought it was amazing. And Celtic winning tomorrow, I doubt it. I've not looked. Your website is amazing. So much amazing posts. More people need to wake up. Wow, thank you, brother. I haven't paid much attention to it today because I was doing it all yesterday. I haven't even got into my day yet. I appreciate that compliment. Got to thank Gabrielle as well for helping me with that. You got to thank every person in that community who leaves amazing comments. We are family there. It isn't just the illusion. Oh, we were waiting the Queen ritual thing. All right. Yeah, his website is badass and love Gabriel. Cheers. Just so you know, I'm not hiring these people to say this. All right. It's more real than every sport. They fighting unclocked. You just nailed it. Wrestling is just as legit as football, hockey, NFL. It's all sports entertainment. UFC. It's all spot on what he just said there. All right. I don't know if it's more real than those sports, but it's on the same level. Liverpool are getting that 9th FA Cup. I believe so. I believe so. And I had them to get that 9th FA Cup before the 9-year-old girl got shot. So that was just like, I had Liverpool for the 9th FA Cup before the girl got shot and before they won 9-0. I had them for the 9th. And I was working on it with Chuck. Okay, so he knows that. Look at this in the tennis now. It's 3-3 and 30-30. 3-3-3-3. All right, this is the shit they do. A lot of the time with the drama of it all, it's just to fulfill the numbers. That's why it's like, what's going to happen next? That's why when you learn the numbers, you can see where it's going. All right? You can 3-3 and 30-30. All right? 1-1 each, like 11. 11 times 3, 33. The second set of this game as well with Nadal and TFO was 3-3 at one point. It's the shit that they do, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So, again, I'm helping people wake up to this, to not watch it, to not give their energy to it. Like, look, Nadal could be getting broken here. I'm sure he's been broke many times by Jesuits in the Vatican. He probably got broken into, if you know what I mean. Ooh. All right? It's high-level drama. They know how many people have backed Nadal to win the Australian Open. Remember, Djokovic announced 3 months and 3 days after his birthday that he wouldn't be playing in the US Open. And then Serena, who I said would lose in the 3rd round, lost 3 weeks and 3 days before his birthday and 9 days before 9/11. She was born in the 9th month and she stayed on 23 Grand Slams, the 9th prime. Nadal could get his 23rd Grand Slam, but if he loses this here, this point, he might become the underdog in the match. But if he ends up winning the whole thing, that's when you see betting in play. It is the way forward if Nadal comes back and wins this. Okay? We'll see what happens with this point, and then I'll get back to the live stream. So actually, I'll break down what happened to me yesterday. Wow, he just lost. So they're pretty much both evens now. So if you like Nadal, it's up to you if you get in on him. I don't know. It's a bit fishy. But yeah, I did. I've called Nadal to win. If he goes out, you've seen my TJ, if you saw my code, this is how I feel about it now. If you saw my code for Nadal, you'll see why I think he's going to win. And if he doesn't, the code didn't hit. And that's where there's a few people who will always be like this in the community. If an amazing code misses, is when they start doubting it and they leave and then they come back, then they leave. It's like the code for Nadal was amazing. If he goes out, then that Australian guy wins it because he had the second best code. But I still think Nadal's going to come back. Mbappe stayed because PSG winning Champions League probably has no say. Mbappe has zero say on where he goes, on what he gets paid, and who he dates, and where he lives, and what he says, and his social media. They're slaves. I tell you all of that, and people say, no, look how much money they have. They're slaves. That is why in the NBA they get traded, like a slave trade. I don't think Nadal is a female. Sure. What, because he's got big arms? But do you know how feminine he is? Have you studied his body? Have you seen his hair? A lot of these men or FTMs have short arms, like Chris Jericho and Triple H. They have really short arms. They have massive ones, but they're really short. You can pump a girl, any girl in this chat now, if you pumped yourself with testosterone since you're about 8 years old, and then as an adult you put steroids in you, you could have a body like Triple H. All right, if they got rid of your breasts. It's as simple as that. But do your research on it. I don't want to talk too much about it. They don't get that money. It's like a loan. Yeah, they don't. The houses they live in, they rent. They don't own. Think about a player in their career. They move most of the time. They move club to club, don't they? And then what happens is the clubs, who are all owned by these Satanists, say, all right, you're going to stay in that house for the next 3 years. They don't own it. Do they get free rent? Yeah. Are they living there for free? Kind of, but they still have to play the games and train and all of that. But they don't own the houses. So when they tell you like Robbie Fowler and Matt Maniman own like 50 houses, it's lies. It's lies that blah, blah, blah invested all the money in real estate. Bullshit. It's not their money. All right. And yet so many NBA players end up broke, completely broke, because they never had money in the first place. Because you see the salaries they're getting. Number one, if they're getting them, which they're not, like 30% is taxed. And then they've got to pay the agent. And then they've got to pay this, and they've got to pay that, and they've got to pay the marketing promoter. They've got to pay all of that. And then they come out with next to nothing. They only see about 20 or 30% of it, which is still crazy money if they get what they get, but I don't believe it for a second. Right. What was I going to say? Today, I thought I lost my bank card. It's not the only one I have. The other one has next to no money on it. Went to get my hair cut, drove to the mall, wanted to buy a hat. I wanted one nice hat for when I'm in England. And I got a nice hat. Expensive, man, $35. People think Mexico's cheap. Where I live, it's so expensive. And that was the cheapest hat. $35 for a cap. All right, you might say, well, you could have got one in England for cheaper. But I just wanted to get a hat to go there. And I did. Got there, went to pay with my card. My card wasn't in my wallet. My heart stopped. I was like, where is it? Checked my pockets, wasn't there. And then I thought, wait, shit, I have this other card which has about $25 on it, which I just never use. It was like $25 on the card. And I had like 12 or 13 or something in my wallet, equivalent in pesos. So I was able to pay for the hat. So I was like, okay, at least that wasn't a wasted journey. At least that wasn't a wasted journey. I've got the hat. I got a haircut. It's been productive. Then I drove home praying that my bank card was like in my bedroom. And it wasn't. Then I checked everywhere like you do when you think you've lost something of importance, and nowhere. So then I was like, all right, the only place it can... Then I checked my online banking. Nothing was taken out. I was like, thank you, God. All right? Because here in Mexico, they can literally get your card in many places and just pay without a PIN. It's scandalous. It's disgusting. All right? So I drove to the bank and I went in there in Spanish. I was like, listen, I left my card in the machine yesterday and I took a photo of the amount of money I withdrew. I had my ID. I knew the last 4 digits of my card because I took a photo of it and I memorized them as well. And she went to go speak to this guy. He came out with 2 debit cards. And I was like, please be one of mine. And then they asked me for the 4 digits again. I said, whatever those 4 numbers are. And then he looked, he checked my ID. And he went, see, it's este hombres, it's this guy's. And I went, yes. So the life is a roller coaster. I thought I'd lost my card. I got it back, took some money out. That's why I grabbed the beers, because I was so relieved. I thought, if I've lost my card, the process out here is so awful. Anyone who's been in a Mexican bank, it's horrific. And Nadal's plus money now. It's not a good sign, but whatever. So I got my bank card, grabbed these beers, came home. Then my ex-wife's calling me about the car. So now I'll tell you about the car story. I was driving yesterday because I thought I'll get my hair cut now, because it's supposed to be raining all day today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I thought I'll get the haircut on Sunday. But a tiny part of me was like, I bet it's closed. It's Sunday. Almost everything's closed on a Sunday in Mexico. But I thought, no, I'll go. I'll go and see just in case. And I'll get out the apartment. I was sick of being in the apartment. And I needed to get some money from the bank, as you know. So I went there. It was closed. That pissed me off. But before I got there, I was driving down this road, this dirt road, and there was a big drop, which you couldn't visibly see because of the dirt. There was a big drop in my car. All the front part came off. The bottom things came off. And I wasn't fully aware of it until I pulled over. And I pulled over, I said, no way. And the side of it's all dented, like because of the impact of it hitting it. So my car, and it's making funny noises, and it's not driving as well as it should. And I was like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? A part of me was like, don't go, but I did. So my car's damaged. I have to get that fixed when I'm back from England. And then to make it worse, and I was on the phone to Gabriel. So he knows this. I got pulled over by a police guy for being on my phone because I was trying to contact a mechanic and I was getting messages from Gabriel. I got fined $170 or the equivalent. And I was like, 170? Like 17? The 7th prime. And then I pull out that code of my life in the evening after getting fined $170. So, and I told Gabriel, I was like, bro, that's 17 members for the month gone. Well, not gone. That's paying for this fine. I was like, my car's fucked. I've just got fined $170. Yeah, you're not supposed to be on your phone, but fuck me, everyone does it in reality. My electricity got turned off. I've got a storm coming, and there's a storm coming in Mexico, which might stop me from getting to England. And if it's extreme weather, you don't get a refund. And I'm like, why? It's the Matrix. Like Joey told me, the Matrix is trying to trap you, or Satan's trying to get you back for what you're doing to him. Remember the other day, like when I was talking about something deep, and then the day after, the whole side of my car got scratched by somebody, and I still don't know who did it. No, it was after I was talking about how I don't care about materialism anymore. Somebody scratched all down the side of my car. And for 4 years, I'd never had one issue with the car. No scratch, never hit anything, never got pulled over, nothing. I was like, that's interesting. And then this going on. And then I did 2 of the best codes of my life for the clarity and how I made them short, easy to digest. Thank you for everyone who told me that. Start doing shorter videos. Your work's incredible, but it can be too long. And to share it, people don't want to listen to you speak for 4 or 5 hours. 100% agree. So I'm finding a balance now. People say, I love when you talk for hours. It's the best part of my week. Other people saying, it's too long. I can't share it with my friends. So let me go get a beer. I would not be shocked if Nadal ends up pulling this out. They just love drama. But if he goes out to France's with all the code I had for him being connected to the Society of Jesus in France and the French Open, it'll take the piss, to be honest. It will take the piss for me. But are they going to do 6-4, 6-4, 6-4? And coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on 3/11, the 64th prime? Joke, man. All right, let me read some of your comments. Nadal's definitely a man. Okay, be careful with the definite, but all right, that's fine if you think that. That's your choice. Hey, champion Dan from Oz here. Hey, Dan Rutherford. Great guy. Smart guy, kind guy, funny guy. Believes in God. Doesn't take himself too seriously. Puts others before himself many times. Legend. Even football fan stadium looked and acted so different compared to now. Yep. It's like we beyond animate, just projecting upwards like some characters in games and movies. It does feel that way. Empty stomachs and Red Bulls. Nice. Maybe your drive shaft is mashed as well. The bottom is this. I don't even know what the name of it, but it protects the dirt from going in my exhaust. That's all come off, and that was scratching against the road. I managed to fix that. I got this plastic and wired it to tighten it and bring it up. But just and the police are getting me as well. You know the amount of time I've seen police cars with people on the phones? The policemen? Or policemen not wearing masks when everyone else is supposed to? So God's not dead. God will never die. God can't die. No Budweiser. We don't really drink that out here. We've got Dos Equis. So, yeah, a lot of people are asking, like, who is this? Who is Erling Haaland? Who is it? Like, people saying it's a woman pumped with steroids. People saying it's just a normal guy who's built from Scandinavia. People saying it's a robot. It's AI. It's a machine. People saying it's a fallen angel, a demon. All of Erling Haaland's numbers are demonic. Every single one of Haaland's numbers are demonic. Again, remember, guys, with 666, I was going to do a separate video on this. And maybe I can discuss it now and also do a video on it, a short one, to really break down what that 666 means. And how powerful that number is, to be honest with you. It's a really powerful number. So we know 666 to say is the number of the man, or it's the number of the beast. We know that God made man on the sixth day and rested on the seventh. All right, we know all that basic stuff about it. But so, like I said, 666 is derived from the number and the mark of the beast, all right, which is discussed in the book of Revelation. And this number 666, it symbolizes the perfection of man's overall system that is separated from God and under the constant influence of Satan, the devil. So for people who don't know this, and hear me out now, I don't want to talk about sports right now with this, all right? This, where we're living now, is Satan's realm, and God allowed that. This is Satan's realm. We're living within Satan's realm. It makes you think how beautiful heaven's going to be. So it ain't so bad, is it, sometimes, this realm? But this is Satan's realm. He has full control of it. Although God obviously controls Satan. Satan is a creation, God's creation. God's the creator. But this is his realm. And it tells you that. This is his realm. And people are not aware of that. They're completely unaware of that this is his realm. So when you talk about satanic rituals, satanic agendas, why does this stuff happen? That's not fair. Why does God let that happen? This, guys, is Satan's realm. Nadal's down 2-1. All right? It's up to you if you get on him in play, completely up to you. But don't cry and bitch and moan with my hit rate, which is 81% if it misses. All right? Acting like I'm perfect if it misses. Your choice, what you do here. But anytime someone like Nadal's plus money, it can be dangerous, but see what happens. Probably still win. 6 in the Bible represents by itself, listen to this, it's incompleteness or imperfection. This is what people don't know. All right? 7 is the number so connected to Jesus. 777. 777, that's why it's your jackpot. 777's beautiful. All right? They've tried to infiltrate that number, but that's why you rested on the seventh day. The 7 golden candlesticks. All the 7s that are connected with God. Satan is always one step below that of God. 666, there's your Satan. 777. All right? Satan wanted to be here, but the reality is 777 will always be more valuable and higher than 666. Whether 666 wants to be level, it won't. It's always below it. All right? You lumped on Nadal. See, that's dangerous. The code's great, but lumping on him, that's this type of stuff that leads to depression. If it wins, then I guess you had faith in the code. So I've told you 6 is seen as incompleteness or imperfection. 7 symbolizes completeness. It's why even when I taught in schools in Mexico, do you know what a pass grade was? 7. 7. If you got below a 7, you failed. 7, you passed. You completed it. It's not a great grade, but you passed. 7 is the number of completeness. All right, hence your 7 days. 7 chakras, 7 deadly sins, 7 colors in a rainbow. All right, it's big. And man's system on earth is made up of 3 parts. This is huge. Hear me out with this. Each represented by a 6 in the numeric 666. So listen to this. Does this not describe the world we live in? What I'm about to say to you? The first 6 of the number 666 means the perfectly false religions of man under Satan's lead. All right? That's the first 6. That's why you have the Vatican, which is when you break down the Vatican and you see that it's designed like a serpent, and you see all the false gods within it, and you see Moloch, who's connected to the devil in it, and you see Pope Francis, the Antichrist, all right? Any true believer who steps in the Vatican should know within seconds that this is not of God. This is of Satan. So Satan has infiltrated religion, which I'll go into really deep later in the live stream. He's truly infiltrated religion and churches. Churches, well, initially, there was the 7 churches. There's another 7, the 7 churches that God chose. They've all been infiltrated by Satan. That is why, if you ask almost anyone you know now, go up to 10 people, ask them if they believe in God. Tell me how many say, yes, I believe in God. Tell me how many of your friends believe in God now. Nearly all my friends don't. I didn't for 33 years. Tell me how many of them are believers, true believers in God or Satan. They've taken Bibles out of schools. All right. They mock Jesus in Family Guy and in The Simpsons and movies. You say Jesus Christ when you do something bad. Don't you? You say hell yeah when you do something good. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, Ned Flanders always ridiculed when he was the smartest guy with the most faith on the show. Ridiculed. Lisa Simpson, smartest kid in the school, ridiculed for being smart. Bart Simpson praised for being a dumbass. Homer, loved and idolized by everybody who watched the show for being a moron, just like Peter Griffin. Isn't it? Social engineering. The devil is the god of this world, all right? And he is allowed to deceive mankind until the return of Jesus. But God gave us free will to see through the deception of the devil. All right? He gave the devil this realm, but he also gave us the choice to believe in God or worship the devil, even without realizing it. So when you're obsessed with consuming and materialism in your house and your job and sports and gambling and how you look and your image and plastic surgery, and that's all the stuff that you're worried about. Your celebrity worship, you're worshiping celebrities, guys. Instead of God, you mock people who, I'm not talking to you, I'm generalizing when I do these statements, not your chat, obviously. People mock people who worship God Yet those people are worshipping the Kardashians or Ronaldo or Messi or Will Smith or Taylor Swift or Beyonce. They're worshipping those people and mocking those who believe in the Creator, who created those people and us and everything around us. So the 666 is really big. All right. The second 6 is for the deceived false governments of this world. I showed you in my videos. Those recent videos that the governments are false. These governments where you think your vote means something, it means nothing. It means zero. It's an illusion of choice. All the people who work high-level government, high-level, your prime ministers, your presidents, are doing Satan's work. They all work together. There's no enemies with them. Putin doesn't hate Trump, or Trump doesn't hate Boris, or whatever they try and tell you. Or the Ukrainian prime minister hates this guy and that guy. They're all on the same team, which is Team Satan. It's Team Satan. It's not Team Freemasonry or Team Jesuit. It's Team Satan. They worship Lucifer, their Lord. I will do a video about the Vatican. That's going to blow your head off. It is all theater. It's all bread and circus, which all goes back to Rome, where the Vatican is. All right? Bread and circus came from Rome. Your modern day bread and circus is your Premier League, is your WWE, is your NFL, it's your NBA, it's your UFC. All right? It's the same shit, just the updated version and more money involved, or at least that's what they tell us. It's no different to what happened at the Colosseum. Give them food, give them entertainment, and all the other stuff that were going on, they'll be too distracted by that. All by design, trying to get you away from God. Because when you are a true believer like me, look at the way I speak. Look at the confidence I have. Look how I'm not worried about how bad it's going to get. Because I know God, and I say God wins. God's won. God's won. It's been written in the book. God's won. But Satan will have his time. God's won. It's like watching a movie where you literally know the ending of it. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. It's like watching a football game, rerun, that you've already watched and your team's down 3-0. But you know your team comes back and wins it 5-4. You know you've already seen the game. You ain't going to get as emotional about it. So like I said, the second 6 is for the deceived false governments. The first 6 is basically how the devil is the god of this world and is allowed to deceive mankind until the return of Jesus Christ. Amen. And then your third 6, or the 666, is symbolic of mankind's self-centered economic system, which I call, what do I always call it? The beast system. I say this is a beast system. Before I even studied the book of Revelation and the Bible, I said this system is a beast system. It's designed to be flawed. It's designed for us to fail. It's designed for us to be screwed over. And what do you get from the average person? Stop being a bitch. Stop making excuses. I was like, excuses? I live in a $350,000 house. I've got everything I need. I've got everything within this materialism world. What's my excuse? How am I making excuses? All right? Maybe target me if I'm homeless. I had it all. And I was still saying it's a beast system. But you've got to operate within it. If you don't operate within the system, like that economic system, which is the third 6 of the 666, then you are literally homeless unless somebody's going to take you in. All right? And pay for your food. And pay for your clothes as an adult. And the 666 is the mark of the beast, which will eventually be where you're not allowed to buy or sell. And it will be in our lifetime. It will. It will be in our lifetime. So get ready for that. And again, at this point, if you've watched me for 2 years, you better not take what I say lightly. Because I'm right about many things when it comes to big things. Practically all of them when it's big things with this stuff. All right? Telling you when they're going to lockdowns. Remember, I told people to do lockdowns. No, they won't do lockdowns. This will be over in a week. They will. They're going to do lockdowns. Just all the big stuff. All the big stuff that's been going on. I say, this is going to happen. Nah, no way. You're crazy. Yeah, watch. All's gone down. All has gone down. So when I tell you that this mark of the beast, and you're not going to be able to buy and sell within this lifetime, I ain't bullshitting you. All right? I ain't bullshitting you. Nadal will win the 4th set, will be his 20th game for his 2nd set. Yeah, I can't see Nadal losing 3-1. I can't. But I've got 31 likes. I don't know if that's a sign, but I don't think they take Nadal out. Djokovic has gone. The favourite Medvedev just went last night. They're going to do Nadal out as well. They've taken Serena out. Tennis is struggling anyway. Not many people care about it anymore. Are they really going to take Nadal out? They usually have to keep one primetime player in to keep people's energy, to keep the spectacle going. So, again, it's all drama. The code is for Nadal to be 2-1 down. There's loads of 32s in my code for him to win. So maybe he wins 3-2. And if he don't, he don't. And like I say, if anyone's going to leave my website ever when I get one pick wrong, then you're not there for the right reasons, and adios. Please never come back. I want my Thomas Richardsons there, my Lady Hawks, my Happy Face Man, my Durrells. All right? I want those people who are there who are my Joeys, my Chucks, my Klaus. There's too many names. All right? Javi. The list goes on and on and on. The ones that I know, whatever, I could get 1,000 picks right in a row, they'll stay. I could get 100 wrong, they'll stay. They're there for me. They know the work I do. They know the stuff I share. They know the effort I put in. They know my energy. They know my live streams I do for free. So, again, for me yesterday, the code that I did with Boris Johnson and with Truss is way more important than who wins a baseball game to me now. And if you win an extra 20 quid today to buy a few beers and a packet of cigarettes or whatever you do with your money, for me, I've made that clear. It's why I don't bet, even though my hit rate's over 80%. I still don't bet. The other stuff's way more important. God has helped me since I quit betting, because I know the betting is connected to Satan. The roulette table is 666 when you add up all the numbers, and there's 36 numbers. 666 to 36 try. We know gambling is Satan. Pornography is Satan. Big sports is Satan. Infiltrating the church is Satan. Infiltrating the education system is Satan. Giving too much credit to man. They're just working for him. I've got your 6-headers. What about Sky Sports Super 6? And your SS like a 55 for Satan? It had to be Super 6, didn't it? The Super 6. Not the Super 7. The Super 6 for Satan. People like your Jeff Stelling, guys, they worship Satan, however much he entertains you. Don't let entertainment and how they make you feel, that little thrill of them making you laugh, or you like the music when half the time they're not singing it, or it's demons doing it, or whatever it is. Don't let that override the fact that these people hate you, because they hate you and they mock you. And that's the reality. Nadal coming the US Open will be his 23rd title. He'd then lose his next final after that to lose his 9th final. Record will be 23-9, will be his 3rd Grand Slam of the season too. 23-9-3, yep. And if he wins it this year, he goes 23-8, which is Kobe Bryant's birthday. There's so much for him to win, but who knows? I'll be honest with you, I didn't really look into the Frances player. I just was so confident in my Nadal code, and maybe that's slightly sloppy, but the Nadal code was the fines anyway. Obviously, they're not as impactful if he doesn't win it, but the fines that I found with Nadal's career and his numbers are incredible. But again, most people say it don't mean shit if he hasn't won. Still, half the numbers I found were like undeniable with his career. You live consciously, you need a God or Satan. You need no God or Satan. Amani, you're being good today. That's fine. For me, I'm a firm believer in God. I do. I'm not relying on God to save me or save the world. You have your free will. You got to play a role. You got to stick up for what you believe in. God's all about righteousness. Don't be a little bitch. God don't like that. I think God's a tough son of a gun. All right? Don't be too nice all the time because you think that's the right thing. That's what God wants. God's all about righteousness. And if you see that something that you believe sick and not right and goes against the universal law of the world, you call it out. And again, people complimenting me with it. You got big balls, Adam. You speak the truth. You don't care, do you? You're not scared? No, I ain't. Scared of what? Scared of what? I told you that police can pull me over, that my car can get mashed up. I dropped my Mac, didn't I? My phone didn't work in LA for 9-10 days, whatever it was. It just stopped working the day I arrived in San Diego. Just stopped working. Couldn't go live whilst I was there. All right. Messed my elbow up. Got my Patreon deleted. Making it almost impossible to get a flight. Now I've got a hurricane coming. That might prevent my flight. All right. YouTube limiting everything, limiting all my posts, making no money from YouTube, really, compared to what other people are making who are just pushing agendas. All right. Drinking Dosaki's. Is it 66? 66 people in the live. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Sparley. I've got nothing but love and respect for the guy's spirit. Just being around him, he's got a strong aura to him, and we've had a few Dosakis together, a few tacos together, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's the little things. Okay, tell me how you're gonna fight, if ever. What's your strategy at putting up a fight against the invisible force? My spirit. I'm getting attacked spiritually at the moment. I can feel it. Here's what I'm saying, Amani. For me, again, I ain't you. You've had a different life to me, a different upbringing. You have different views. We all have our own unique path. I'm the illusion. I'm Adam, who became the illusion from writing a book because of coronavirus. I became the illusion before I knew what gematria was, which most people don't know. Okay? Became the illusion because I wrote a book, which only about 3 people have read. I gave you my Kobe Bryant book. Nobody's read my actual book that made me this so-called. I don't know if I like saying character because it's like I'm playing a role. That made me the illusion. All right? When I'm here. My whole thing is the ultimate goal of being here is to find God. Everything else is whatever. You've still got to play. You've still got to be of the world, but don't be obsessed with it. You've got to be of it. You've got to participate within this world. Just don't be consumed by the world. Don't be consumed by money, but you still need money. Still need it, don't you? Just don't be consumed by it. You want to look good, don't be consumed by it. Don't be getting plastic surgery and purchasing $10,000 Rolexes, all right, and $500 shoes. So all this stuff, people like to be extreme. Okay, if you truly believe in God and you don't need anything, then why are you living in an apartment? Why are you not homeless? I won't be able to do my live streams. I've worked too hard for 36 years to be living out on the streets. Where I live now in this apartment, I'm hanging my clothes up on my keyboard and shit. I told you, this place where I live is not luxury, but it's my sanctuary. It's where I'm at peace. I'm by myself and I like that. I could have still been with my absolutely stunning wife. Wow, she's hot. She's unbelievable. But I needed to be alone like John the Baptist. Literally, my story is similar to John the Baptist. Much love to my brother John. You are one of the people I'm most excited to see. And I know you only watch my live streams once in a blue moon when you pop in and you donate super chats. I'm going to need some of them, guys, after that $170 ticket being on my phone. You should be happy, mate. You're really upsetting Satan. Who told me that today, Clow? Or somebody else? I get so many messages. What's happening to you right now, Adam, is a badge of honor. I said when my Patreon got taken down, it was a badge of honor. I'm being attacked because I'm attacking them. But I ain't a guy who takes a 1-goal lead and steps back and defends to keep a lead. I attack. All right? I won't stop till I'm dead in this realm. Adam Edwards is gone with this. I won't stop. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how much I'm going to get tested by these demons. All right? I won't stop whilst I have a voice. And if you've been with me from the beginning, I've always said that. I won't give up. And I'm not a bullshit slogan like John Cena. I won't. Will I have days where I feel fed up? Why? Why is all this shit happening to me when all I'm doing is trying to help the world? Do I have days like that? Yeah. I go, why God? Why smash my car up? Why make me leave my bank card in there? I guess maybe I just got to take responsibility. Why have my Mac crack? Why have my phone turn off? Why is there going to be a hurricane the week that I'm going to fly? All this stuff. Why did my electricity go off as I was about to post a video? And then it's red hot, so I have no fan, so I can't sleep when I was knackered. Why is all this stuff going off when all I'm really trying to do is help? And then I'm like, this is Satan's realm. He's going to come for me. But if I truly believe in God, God wins. So I'm part of the winning team. I'm on his team. Satan will have spells of possession where he's dominating. But when it comes to that final whistle, I'm on Team God. I'm on Team God. And this life that we're experiencing now, yes, it's beautiful. Yes, there's many great elements to it. Yes, there's a lot of tragedy and a lot of sadness and a lot of bitterness and a lot of frustration. And I do believe there's a realm out there where you won't even experience those type of emotions. I really do. And I don't know if you ever get there that you remember this one. I don't know if you'll ever be able to remember it. Maybe. We've never really talked about that you die, you go to a different realm, but you go, man, I remember it. I remember being Adam. I remember how I ascended from Adam to the illusion to where I am now. And maybe, who knows if they give you like a freaking DVD of your life and you go there and watch it. I know this sounds ridiculous, but who knows? What if that is what happens? All this stuff about, no, you go back into the reincarnation loop, the reincarnation wheel, or you just die and that's it, or you go to heaven or hell, which I don't agree. What if you just go up to that realm and you remember your old life and the lessons, and you learn from your old life to make your new life even better? The things that got you there. All right, I was a good guy. I cared about truth. I put everyone before myself. I want to keep doing those things. And maybe if you don't, then they relegate you back to this realm, which is not hell. It's not the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of beauty. Think about your family. Think about when you laugh. Just think about those little things. I'm going to say something really powerful here. Rain and Pain, thank you so much. 279. I can't think. There's no prime number there, I don't think. But all I know, 2 + 7 is 9, + 9 is 18, and 1 + 8 is 9. So Rain and Pain, that means a lot, mate. I had a lot of pain yesterday, and there's going to be a lot of rain the next 3 days. I just hope I can step on that flight. Svali, do you remember the one day we went to the place we went, and it just started raining out of nowhere? Did you see what it did to the roads in 5 minutes? Svali, can you back me up what it did to the roads? What it did to the roads in 5 minutes when you and I went where I took you and drove you to that place. Anyone alive, the illusion took me to his former house, and it's most people's dream. You have sacrificed a lot for this sacred knowledge. Thanks for telling. You're the first person in the chat to tell anybody that. I took him there, then I took him to the pool, and we hung out. I remember there was a hot blonde woman there, wasn't there? And you literally said, "Illusion, are you kidding me? What? You gave up what? No way. You lived there? Yeah, that was my house, mate. And that's your wife? Yeah. I think she saw a photo of her. So stunning. She was Miss Mazatlan. She was the queen. Stunning. Wow. And I gave it all up. I gave up my house, which I gave her because I felt guilty for leaving her. I don't like talking about this stuff. It does get me emotional because our marriage was great. And wait. Ay. Let me have a sip. Nice, Farley. You got me going here. It takes a lot to rattle me. But, geez, I could move on, but I'm going to get through this. What I was about to say. Fuck. Oof. Wait. Oof. 30 seconds. Whew. I need a timeout. I need a commercial. Fucking nearly fell off my chair. I literally nearly fell off my chair. Probably snapped my neck. All right. All right. I had, before my awakening, an incredible life. I had a beautiful wife, and maybe if I close my eyes. Jeez. Huh. Wow, I'm crying. Whew. I was in the Masonic Point. I had an amazing life with an amazing wife and an amazing job. God, help me here. Whew. See, I won't stop. I will get this out. I will get it out. And I didn't look for this knowledge. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't study it because somebody told me to. I had an amazing life. I had everything I ever wanted. I ticked every box that I thought. I still loved the Premier League. I had loads more friends. I got more pleasure in life, than what I have now. But God chose me. And I knew it was bigger than me. I knew it was bigger than me. And I know now for sure it's bigger than me. And this is a spiritual war. And I'm being attacked badly this week for doing good things. I never cry, man. What is this? I don't know if it's the whole week, if it's just talking about my wife, ex, which makes no sense why I left, other than for this. And God said, "Oh, it's my script." I was talking about it earlier in a video. Is it my script? Did I even have a choice to leave her? I had to. It was in the code for me to leave her. Didn't make any sense. I had everything with her. And now, she literally lives 5 minutes away from me. And I see her once a month. And it was my decision to leave her. So, when people tell me, "You're just in this for the money," I made more money before this. When I was coaching and teaching and all the other stuff, I made more money than I am now for website. And I could make more money if I quit being the illusion easily. And people tell you it's money and you work for the Jesuits and you work for Vegas and you're too smart, so you're part of a secret society and you're a dick and you don't even believe in God. And the work that I've done, the hours that I've given for limited money and limited reward other than helping people, which is why I was a teacher and a coach, why I volunteered as a teenager to help after school clubs for free. Why I help homeless people. I'm a good fucking guy. And I am not doing 5-hour live streams to make money. I don't get anything but a couple of super chats. It's not money why I do what I do. I feel like I don't have a choice. I feel like when I code, it's not even me. I don't get how. Guys, I'm not an emotional guy. I swear, if anyone watching this who knows Adam, I used to get called a man of steel. What's wrong with you? Nothing upsets you. Somebody could die and I wouldn't cry. Crazy how, and it wasn't trying not to. I was just like, okay. It's like I don't have a choice. When I code, it's not me. I don't get how a guy in 2 years has gone from being, didn't care about the government, didn't believe in God, didn't question professional sports being rigged, didn't question the military, didn't question the pharmaceutical industry, didn't question anything other than I want to be happy, I've got a great life, watch my football on a weekend like most people are doing now. So that's why I try not to judge them and make them feel daft and stupid, because I was there for 33 years, because we're under a spell of Lucifer. And all I can do is thank God. I can only thank God that He's allowed me to find Him. Because before, my life was amazing. Again, I ain't a guy who was having a midlife crisis. Same with when I left England. I had an amazing life in England to go to the US. Most people said, why are you leaving this life behind in England? It's like, again, I don't know if I had a choice. And I'm supposed to go to LA for 6 weeks and I spent 7 years in the US. I'm supposed to come back and play for Guiseley, semi-pro contract 2 years and be a PE teacher and go back to my girlfriend who was an actress and beautiful. And I didn't. And my amazing family that I had, and came from a really wealthy family. And I gave it all up to go to the US to take a chance, a country I'd never been before. Oh, no, I think I'd been to Miami with my ex-girlfriend who had a house there. So I apologize for crying there. This is not Adam. I don't know if it is a build-up. I really do honestly believe I'm being attacked with everything that's happening to me. It's absolutely off the charts. I do those videos about Boris Johnson and Truss, and they've got like 300 views. They've got about 300 views between them. Or last time I looked, and it's like, how? How? Well, I know, because it's this beast system. So I can't be too shocked, can I? That I'm getting restricted, that I'm getting my Patreon deleted. I can't be that shocked, because it's his realm. It is his realm. But it don't mean that I'm going to be scared of that motherfucker. All right? And if he tests me, I ain't going to give up to him. I feel like freaking David and Goliath. I feel like David. I'll fucking take on Goliath. Big lanky twat. If he came at me, I'd take him on. I won't run away. Fucking take him on. Now, sorry about that. I've not even seen your comments. I had to disappear there. And that's pretty cringeworthy what I just did. I know some people might have liked it or think that I'm weak. I don't give a fuck. I couldn't get my words out there. So, Svarley, yeah, thanks for telling them what I gave up. People have no idea. Okay. All right. Illusion Bro, I hope you have found God. I do. I do pray a lot. I pray every night. And often when I pray, it's not for me, it's for the people, which says it all about me. I said a prayer for Clau yesterday to get better. She's been sick for 2 weeks. I have said a prayer about me successfully getting on my planes to England to see my family. But more often than not, when people pray, they often pray for themselves. Please, God, can you make sure I get this promotion? Please, God, can you make sure that Nadal wins Wimbledon tomorrow? Please, God. Like, they're doing it for that. Whereas most of the prayers that I do are for other people. Joseph, you had a good cry. I think we're being targeted, bro. And crying is actually one of the best things for your body. It's such a release. I studied it, the benefits of crying. It's just I rarely ever cry, and I never cried up until the age of, I don't know, maybe when I got married was when I cried. But wow. God chose the right man, Adam. The amount of lives you've changed is unreal. Thank you, Corey. I wish I could change more. But I can only do what I can do. I've got to accept that. I can only do what I can do. If I'm only got 79 people watching me now when I believe I should have 7.9 million listening to me talk, I'll take the 79 and I'll be grateful. Apostle John went through hell to work for Jesus. I'm gonna read out something from the book of Revelation, and you're gonna understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Jesus has a plan for your life, an abundant life, a life of love, but sometimes our walk with him is just with him for a while to bring you closer to him and strengthen your faith. Thank you, Clow. You saw me in the call today. I was full of energy and happy and making you laugh and positive, but I don't know, something triggered me then. Something really triggered me. It is a build-up, I think. That might have been a build-up of 2 years of what I've gone through, good and bad, on this journey to get to God. No, I think it was literally like 2 years. What just happened there? Let Amani say what he wants to say. It's fine. Who's winning the Champions League? I'll post my code this weekend, probably. Coming up. Within the week, I'll post who I like. There's a few teams. There's one team in particular. Men that allow their emotions are something beautiful. I've heard that goes like that. As long as a guy's not crying every day and being a little bitch about it every day and crying and bitching and, oh my God, I don't have my favorite ham in the fridge, man. Like, if it's crying over something like this, my whole life literally flashed before my eyes then. It's like, boom, like I've seen all these images in my head. I couldn't talk. But did you see with me? I didn't change the subject. If I would have changed the subject before I cried, I ain't crying. But the guy I am, I was like, geez, I'm almost certain I'm going to cry here, but I'm going to keep talking about it because I ain't going to give up just because it's hard. And I've told you, most people line up, don't they, for that easy lie. And I'm in the difficult truth line with you guys. And I knew if I would have changed the subject, I wouldn't have cried. I would not have cried. But again, I needed that. I actually feel a little bit better. Did I tell you yesterday? The tension in my whole body, I've never experienced in my life. My shoulders, my back, my legs, my neck, like the back of my head. And I was like, wow, this tension. So it was building up, like Lady Hawk said. It was all building up. The last 3 days, I've slept less than 8 hours. In 3 days, I've slept less than 8 hours. By coding, by my brain being frazzled, by electricity going out, by, I don't know, just whatever it is that I'm doing. It's like, I'm doing God's work, man. I'm doing God's work, and there's Joseph's doing God's work, and there's many other people doing God's work. It ain't just me being chosen for this. And I do know that people doing God's work will be targeted because it's Satan's realm. He hates Jesus because he knows Jesus has won. He knows whatever he does, whatever he says, however many lives he ruins, that he's already lost. And imagine turning up to a football game knowing before the game that you've already lost. You're pretty pissed off, aren't you? You wouldn't want to play. But Satan's just trying to take as many people down. And they're trying to bring in the Antichrist. That's why the Vatican is designed like a serpent giving birth. Because the Vatican, the serpent, is going to give birth to the Antichrist. And the Antichrist is anybody against Christ. And that's anyone who's not a believer. You're anti-Christ. But then there's the Antichrist who's going to come back and basically rule, and we're all going to know it. And you'll have a choice to either worship the Antichrist or to worship God. And most people will choose the Antichrist because it's going to be a lot easier. No different to getting the you know what. Most people chose that because it was easier, not for their health. They chose it because they were easier. They chose the Antichrist. I had faith. Everyone in my school, every single teacher out of over 500 got that. I was the only one who didn't. I was the only one in the whole school who didn't. The only one in the whole school. Because I had a choice. I didn't go for the easy one. I went for the freaking hard one by not getting it. So here we go. I'm right-handed. I'm left and right-footed when I play football because I'm just a gifted footballer. Left hand, I can't do anything with it. Yeah. I'm going to read something out here to you. Joseph, you better stay and listen to this. All right? Anyone who has any interest in God, you better listen to this. And if you don't, this might make you reconsider. I was reading this yesterday after my swim, and I smiled. It reminded me of myself. So give me I don't know, 15 minutes to read this. And chapter 5, the church in Ephesus, Rev 217, Michael Jordan's birthday. Right, let me focus on this. This might bring me back to the happy self. In chapters 2 and 3 of Revelation, Joey, are you there? I want Joey to hear this. Let me see if let me message Joey because he wants the book of Revelation. He can't find it. I want to read this to him. I want to read this. I want him to be here. Wow, my ex-wife just messaged me, guys. This is insanity. We hardly ever text. Thank you so much, Monks. I appreciate that. Wow. Wow, thank you. I'll drop you a message later. That's incredible. Cheers. Life is a roller coaster. Yeah, she does miss me a ton. I miss her. She rarely misses me. I literally told her yesterday that who knows, maybe I'll stay in England. She called me shouting at me. Really? You're gonna stay that just because she's emotional? She's like she's fiery, she's passionate, and she was. You could tell she was devastated. The thought of me not coming back. But I said, don't worry, I'll be back. But I don't know how long I'll be there. So she is an amazing woman. Basically, what just happened, this is typical. Again, the name of this live, what is it? Life is a roller coaster, just got to ride it, baby. Yesterday, I've damaged all my car. Not major damage, not like I can't drive it damage, not written it off damage, not caused an accident damage or hit anyone. All right? My car got damaged and it'll get fixed when I'm back. Today, my ex-wife just got an email because it's my car. It is my car. I've paid for it since the beginning. I've just made my final ever payment. I own the car. No more $250 a month. I just need to get a new insurance now. No more $250 a month. I own the car. So she just sent me the image and congratulations and all this stuff. And the day after my car gets damaged, I've paid it off. Well, I know what you're saying. You never own your own car, but I don't need to make payments anymore. I don't need to make $250 payments every month. So yeah, I know you don't. Nobody truly owns the car. Nobody truly owns the house. All right, they think they do, but they don't. And I don't have to pay $250 payments now. That's big, especially with my financial situation at the moment. I just have to get a new insurance, which will cost me about $200 for the year or something. So let me just see if Joey's in the live because I want him to hear this. I'm going to call him, see if he's. He could be doing anything. Well, Nadal's going out. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are you, Joey? All right, I guess I tried. Bro, I'm still doing my live, and I'm about to read out a couple of pages from the book of Revelation. I know you're fascinated by it. I think it's going to be impactful for you. So get in the live if you can, and if you can't, you'll have to watch it back. Let me look at the time of this now. It's 1 hour 25. If you go to 1 hour 25 of my recent live, you're gonna hear it. All right, 126. Oh my word, for Kobe's death date, if he died. So cheers. All right. Enjoy, guys. And if you're not into this stuff, I think you'll still learn something. And if you're not interested, you can leave if it offends you. Introduction to 7 churches, the number most connected to God. In chapters 2 and 3 of Revelation, we have the letters to 7 representative churches. These, as we have noted previously, present God's truth to us from several different angles. First of all, we recognize that these churches existed in the first century of the Christian era and apparently were chosen by the Lord for what he could say concerning them. That would be of lasting value for churches down through the years. They carry a spiritual message for churches at any time and also apply to individual believers, as does all the word of God. One other message, however, is very significant, and this we will emphasize. These 7 churches chosen out of the many in existence at that time present to us church history in 7 different stages. 7. If I were to give a title to this section, I would call it The Great Apostasy of the Last Days, traced from the beginning of the church's history. We will see how Satan uses what I call the whittling method of cutting away the essential features that make a church, and finally makes it an arm of apostasy. Basically, guys, apostasy is defection from truth. It's revolt against it, an abandonment of what one has voluntarily professed, or a total departure or desertion from one's faith or renunciation of it. And this is a really, really serious matter. Nadal's going out. Apologize, guys. I apologize to people who took him. Anyway, it began early in church history and will be consummated in the world after the true church is gone. And the true church is about to go. And that started for me in 2013 when Francis became the Pope. And then when the Basilica got struck by lightning twice, when Pope Benedict resigned. The decline in faith can be traced through these 7 churches, with the climax reached in the great apostate church of Revelation 17. 17 is the 7th prime. It's God's number. The study of apostasy indicates that those who became apostates were once on the inside of the church. This is not too hard to understand when we realize that salvation is not attained by joint. Listen to this. I'll say this again. This is not too hard to understand when we realize that salvation is not attained by joining something, but it is a matter of inner faith. It is easy enough for one who has no faith to join a visible organization. If you attend church, it doesn't mean you have faith in God. All right? Thus, a person can be in an organization of a religious nature and yet have no real faith in his heart. Down through the years, many have professed Christianity who have never really possessed Christ. This was true even in the apostolic era, when the Apostle John tells us that some went out from us, but they were not of us. By studying the gradual decay of the church through the ages, we will see how generation after generation gradually increased in apostasy. Again, just not believing in Christ. Producing an alarming situation which confronts the church at the present day. Again, the majority of people in this world are atheists. They don't necessarily believe in Satan, but by believing in nothing, they are believing in Satan because they're antichrist. They're antichrist if they don't believe in Christ. So if you're an atheist, you are essentially promoting the antichrist because you're against Christ because you're not a believer. It's that simple. And you might say, I don't hate Jesus. Yeah, but you don't believe in him. So you're antichrist. You're against the belief that he existed, that he walked the earth, that he sacrificed himself for our sins. You're against it. You're antichrist. You don't have to do satanic rituals. I was antichrist for 33 years. I didn't believe in it. If you tried to convince me any different, I'd get angry. You stop telling me about an imaginary character. That's what I would say. So I get it if you think this is all bullshit. I'm trying to present it in a way where I'm not Bible bashing you and making you feel shitty for not believing. Chapters 2 and 3 are seen from this standpoint were prophetic in John's day, but are almost entirely history for us now. It's no accident that 7 churches were chosen as representative churches in this section. From the first chapter of Genesis on through the whole Bible, God's work runs in cycles of 7. Learn about the 7-year cycles, guys. In Genesis 1, we find how he created the earth and the heavens in 6 days, and on the 7th day rested. A 7-year cycle was very significant in Israel's history throughout the Old Testament. When we come to the last book in the Bible, the book of consummation, the number 7 occurs 54 times. And it's why Kobe Bean Bryant equals 54, Gianna Bryant equals 54. They died 5 months and 4 days after Kobe's birthday, and Kobe went to 7 NBA finals. 7 occurs 54 times in the book of consummation. So it is in keeping with this principle that God has chosen these 7 churches to present us with a complete course of church history from Pentecost to the rapture. The rapture's on its way, guys. When Joseph says Jesus is coming, that's the rapture. But before the rapture comes the Antichrist. And that's when you'll see who the true believers are. There'll be many religious people that decide to go with the Antichrist. The catching away of the church to be with Christ. Each letter to a specific church describes dominant characteristics of a particular period of church history. So again, churches wasn't all bad. They're being infiltrated. They're being infiltrated by, I can't even say the word on YouTube, pedophiles with a P, being infiltrated by Satan worshippers. Why do you have all these pastors now having private jets and mansions if they're speaking the word of the Lord? Like, yeah, I have a place to live, somewhere to sleep. They have mansions and private jets. Hundreds of thousands of people listen to them, give speeches. They're not really in it for God. They're false prophets. People like me are 1 in a million. I'm telling you, 1 in a million me. All right, I ain't in front of a church and telling you how to live your life and saying this. And then, yeah, and by the way, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of pastors and vicars out there who truly do care about God, who are believers. It's not all of them, but those ones who are giving sermons in front of 100,000 people, 50,000 people, 10,000 people, charging people to attend, leaving in the Mercedes convertible, acting like they truly care about spreading the word of God. Those people make me physically sick. But again, the Bible tells you that there's going to be false prophets. There's going to be wolf in sheep's clothing. The likes of your Pope Francis, all your presidents are false prophets and false gods and people who promise you. They make false promises. And year after year, decade after decade, people still choose to pick their favorite. All right? Pick their favorite and believe everything's going to work out. People still believing in Trump. People still believing in Biden. People saying it would be better if Obama was back. All right? I don't honestly understand the logic of that, but again, you have free will to believe that. If you worship Trump still and he's the savior and he is God that people say Trump's God, then wow. What I'll say about Trump is he revealed a lot. Trumpet blew the trumpet on the media. but my God, he bullshitted you and lied to you and said he'd never get the vaccine and all of that, and he did, although he didn't. That's where the bullshit comes. He said he'd never get it, then he got it, and they told everyone he got it, but in reality, he never got it. So initially he said, I'm never going to get it. None of them are getting it. Think any of them get it? Any of these government satanic puppets, do you think any of them are actually getting it? Yeah, I saw an image, Adam, where it looked like the thingy was going inside his arm, and he's putting his thumbs up. He must have got it then. Wow. We have the advantage of looking back over these things today and can readily see how these various periods correspond with what is presented in these letters. The first letter, that to Ephesus, provides a good picture of the spirituality powerful apostolic church of the first century. The letter to Smyrna covers the martyr period of the church, the 2nd and 3rd centuries during which various pagan Roman rulers persecuted God's people. Guys, it really does go back to Rome. And remember the time in history where if you did believe in God, you was literally persecuted. And am I being persecuted? No. That's extremely dramatic. I'm not being persecuted, but I'm being targeted by these demons or witchcraft or whatever it is. Pergamos pictures the corruption of Christian testimony through the uniting of the church and the state under Constantine. And I've told you, Francis now is trying to make a one-world religion, like bringing Islam with Christianity. And a lot of those religions have been made up for me to lead to this. False religions, false gods, pushing the whole thing about equality and the transgender movement, and people are playing along with it because it's the right thing to do, because they've been programmed that way. It's all designed, it's connected to everything I'm reading to you here. This laid the foundation for the strong influence of the church during the 4th and 5th centuries. The letter to Thyatira deals with the period of the Dark Ages from the 6th century on through the 15th. Elements of that darkness still persist today. However, and we'll continue on the climax of apostasy in the end times. We're close to the end times. If you can't see that now, then you haven't read this book. We're close to the end times. It's like Baron Corbin in the WWE, his finishing move. That says the most deadly finishing move in the WWE is called End of Days. If you don't know wrestling, check it out. End of Days. And they call him the Lone Wolf, the Wolf. The letter to Sardis describes for us the rise and development and finally the corruption of Protestantism. I can't even say it. All right? The Protestants. The Reformation, which was a powerful movement in its beginning, did not maintain its strong spiritual emphasis indefinitely. You got Rangers, all the Rangers fans who are Protestant, Celtic fans, Catholic, going against each other. All right? The Catholic Protestants, guys, completely goes against Christ. Catholicism is a disgrace. All right? It really is for me, studying it. Many Bible students are convinced that the letters to the church in Philadelphia and Laodicea picture church conditions running side by side preceding the church's rapture. Philadelphia illustrates that which is genuine and true to the Lord Jesus Christ. That is why they had the Declaration of Independence signed in Philadelphia, these Satanists. Philadelphia is a powerful place with the Lord. All right, so what have they done? They have Kobe from Philadelphia. They had LeBron overtake Kobe in the scoring charts the night before Kobe died in Philadelphia. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Satan, the Prince of the Air. That's why he slapped Christ the Rock, Chris Rock. Philadelphia, where Rocky runs up the steps. All right, Philadelphia is a powerful place connected with Christ, with the Lord, and they've infiltrated it with that Declaration of Independence signed by 56 signees. Nadal's gone. Wow. Apologies. Shows you how stupid these sports are. It was minus 1,200 at one point. It's gone. Wow. Maybe I needed that reality check. My bad. Jeez. But this is what I'm doing here, God. This. Much love, God. Much love. Thus, the conditions pictured by Philadelphia and Laodicea can be easily discerned in Christendom today, in many denominations and communities and even local churches. It is significant that each of the last 4 letters suggests Christ's second coming. At 4 again. Christendom, all right? End. It's got end in the word. It is significant that each of the last 4 letters suggests Christ's second coming. The characteristics of these 4 churches do not end with the period they depict, but continue until the day of Jesus Christ. 7 and the 4, guys. 7 is the 4th prime. All right, Nadal's officially gone. Sorry. 7's the 4th prime. That's why Independence Day is on 7/4, because the Satanists have infiltrated that. Part of the 666 was the corrupt government, which was satanic, the corrupt government. And they've come up with the 7/4 date, because 74, why do you think in Gematria Jesus is 74, Jesus Christ is 74, so they had to make Lucifer 74. They had to make Lucifer 74. I do need a round of pub golf. All right. Biden's speech in Philadelphia, brilliant. Yeah, good call. I didn't even catch that. Again, apologies about Nadal. I can't believe it. I think everyone around the world can't believe it. And with my code, I can't believe it. Yeah, I think that Aussie takes it. But whatever now. I'll probably stay off that US Open. I'm usually freaking incredible. Obviously, I had Djokovic, Wimbledon, Nadal, French Open. But no, he's gone. The day after I did the code, which is absolutely disgraceful. So, yeah. See if people leave me, but they'll regret it. Anyone who leaves me is going to regret it. But it's their free will. This shows us the corrupt world church spiritually dead. Apostate modernism and genuine Bible-believing Christianity will continue simultaneously side by side until the church is raptured. No, I don't need a round of applause for Nadal going out. I've apologized. I got it wrong. The code was great. I'm not a god. I'm shocked. And if you bet big money, I think I've told you now for many months, if you bet big money, you're playing with fire. As soon as Nadal went plus money, I told you it's dangerous. As soon as he went plus money, plus 115, how many people hammered Nadal? That's where they get you. I would not have probably bet in play there, seeing a Nadal go plus 115. He's hardly ever. He was minus 550 to win the game. All right. I'll do a little bit more. First letter written to Ephesus shows that Christ is neglected in the very beginning of church history. That sin of neglect was never properly corrected, and it deepens and increases until we find Christ. In the 7th letter, outside the church entirely, they find Christ within the 7th letter. In Laodicea, he is pictured outside dealing with individuals. I'm going to get to the point here. I'm going to move up a page. I've already read this myself. I agree, Johnny G. I'm going to read this. That reminds me of myself and a few other people. The beer guy, 45 minutes away. Where do you live, bro? Most places in England are close, especially Northern England. All right. Listen to this. Okay. He usually starts out commending them for what is good, and not until he has done that does he point out what is wrong. Nothing can escape his penetrating gaze. And what he sees, he evaluates properly. We are prone to criticize when we see something wrong and overlook what is good. This is me with what I do. I can get 8 out of 10 picks right, and people say he said Nadal. Listen to this. This is the reality of life and the average person. We are prone to criticize when we see something wrong and overlook what is good. Do we not all suffer from that? I did. I still do at times. Yeah, Kirigia says the second best code. But I don't know now. And I do agree with that. That is natural with us, but not with Christ. He indwells the believer, and because he is omniscient, he knows all things. And then this is the bit that made me smile. This bit really made me smile. The word labor, remember they use labor, like labor and conservatives? Amani, just leave, mate. or Zach Hubbard or whoever you are, just leave calling me the delusion. Like, clearly don't know what I do. Lily Brown. It's Imani. You've got the I next to your thing. So it says the word labor is used in this passage. It is a very significant word meaning toil and strenuous, exhausting effort. This is me. What I've done for 2 years has been strenuous and exhausting. And people go, I work hard. I work 9 to 5. Oh, God, stop bitching. You're not. Honestly, guys, are you sleeping 2 or 3 hours? Is your brain freezing? Are you speaking in front of a screen 4 or 5 hours a day? It's strenuous. It's exhausting. But the true beliefs of us God will continue. The Lord says to Ephesus, you really put forth a lot of effort. All right, think about me here. You really put forth a lot of effort. You have exhausted yourself in doing my work. That's why I cried, I think. I have exhausted myself doing the work of God. A phrase often heard is, I would rather wear out than rust out. Maybe I would rather wear out than rust out. That is me. It's like, I'm not going to tap out. You'd have to literally just make me unconscious. That's what it's basically implying there. Your classic Hulk Hogan or whoever, John Cena, they never tap out, do they? Apparently, that is what is being spoken of here. The believers in Ephesus worked themselves into a state of exhaustion for the sake of Christ. Their labor cost them something. David carried this principle in his heart when he said at one time, neither will I offer burnt offerings until the Lord my God, of that which doth cost me nothing. The church at Ephesus was hard working. The Lord also said to them, I know thy patience. Do you know how much patience I need to be doing what I'm doing? To inspire people, to wake people up, to get criticized, to get ridiculed? Do you know how much patience I've needed to get to this point? To deal with Amani and Anis? To deal with hate? A lot of patience. In the words of Take That. Have a little patience. Let me see the lyrics of that. Because that's all I know. Faith is something that connects. These are just 4 inverts. It's funny how it went from 5 to 4. Told you 4 is a huge number at the moment. It's probably why Nadal just lost in 4 sets. Okay, let's sing it. I was talking about patience. 3, 2, 1. No, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 because 3, 2, 1 is doing it in reverse, which is satanic. 1, 2, 3. Just have a little patience. Still hurting from a love I lost. Kind of like me. I'm feeling your frustration. But any minute all the pain will stop. Just hold me close inside your arms tonight. Don't be too hard on my emotions. I can't do the next bit, it's too high. It's far too high. So if there's anyone who's got a high-pitched voice, you need to literally say, 'cause I need time. My heart is numb, has no feeling. So while I'm still healing, just try and have a little patience. So going back to the patience bit, the Lord also said to them, I know thy patience. This is the kind of patience that endures and still retains a forward drive. Come on. These believers kept on going in the work of Christ. Woo! They were steadfast in their endurance, refusing to give up. This is indeed commendable. I'm done there for now because I might be boring people. But that paragraph I connected with. I resonated with it. All right. Whatever obstacle comes my way, it might upset me, it might drain me, it might occasionally make me shed a tear. But I don't stop. Do you see me stop? Do you see me like, oh, I'm going now, guys. I'm going now. Nadal's out. No. Because back in the day, I probably would have had a grand on Nadal myself. And I feel sick now. So for all the highs of winning bets, it needs something like this to just bring you to that sense of, oh, God, why do I even bother? I won't do it. So, Adam, is John Terry a great guy because he's in... Bro, I'm having deja vu. You always ask me that comment. Number one, I don't know John Terry. Number two, I believe that anyone who's right at the top of entertainment is on Satan's team. It's what I believe. I don't know. So when you ask me, do you believe if John Terry is a good guy because his Instagram makes him look like one? I don't think John Terry, the captain of one of the biggest clubs in England and the world, and played for England, is a good guy. But if you believe he is, and you believe in he is, brings you joy and a sense of comfort, sure, I don't want to shit on your dreams that John Terry is a great guy. I think no, but I've never met him. I also have this mindset now of Taifu basically is ranked 22 in the world, and Nadal just stayed on 22 Grand Slams in 2022. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. And yeah, I would say Rafa came in second seed, 2-2-2. And the guy was called Francis. You know what I mean? Like where the Jesuits were founded, Paris, France. Nadal just won the French Open, now goes up to a guy whose first name's Francis. It's deep. It's a lot to consider. Again, my hit rate's phenomenal. That's why people can't handle if I'm ever wrong. Adam is the man. I've won and lost with him, but I'll tell you what, if you bet his decode, you will win more than you lose. Some people charge 20 to 30 bucks for picks at a lower rate. That means a lot. Some people charge 30 bucks for one pick. They charge $30 for a pick. All the games, right? I've tried to take this word out of my vocabulary. The only time I literally use it is often to get people to watch my video because you have to do shit like that. I don't think it's rigged. I think it's predetermined by a code. I think Nadal was supposed to lose today. I don't think it's how much money we'll put on him or whatever. All right? Nadal was meant to lose today. The code. He may have been aware he was losing 3-1. He may have been aware of it. I do think they get possessed when they're on the court. But I don't think Nadal lost today because the other guy played better than him. I think the code's predetermined, and whatever Nadal does, whatever the script is for these people. Why do you think going into 2022, 2-2-2, Djokovic had 20 Grand Slams, Federer had 20 Grand Slams, so did Nadal. All three of them had 20-20-20 at the end of 2022. That's why I said Djokovic would lose the US Open. They all came in with that 2-2-2 in 2022. And then Nadal's just stayed on 22 Grand Slams after losing to the 22nd seed in 2022. So my second favorite pick's the Australian guy. But again, unless you code every player, you know what? I'm going to actually read to you the Beast of Revelation 222. Yep, Order Out of Chaos. I may have a lot of shit on my website now, but the beauty is I've done this for so long, and I know my worth, and I know how good I am, and I know my hit rate. If someone hammers me with it now, I don't care. Bring it on. Maybe somebody for 2 years has been watching my work, and then yesterday they signed up. Wow, his Nadal code. Wow, I'm going to throw 500 on it. This illusion's so good. Signed up yesterday. Bet on Nadal, lost in the first bet. They leave me. Piss off is all I'll say to you. Piss off. All right, mate. Fine. Go pay money to someone else and find somebody who's got a better website and does better sports picks than me. Find them for less price. You won't find anyone. There's no one. How many times have I put this forward to people to tell me somebody who does better work than me for cheaper? Nobody's ever given me one person for the whole everything: sports, decoding, spiritualism, talking about God, Lucifer, angels, entertainment, killings, rituals, astrology, Hermetic principles, semen retention, transgender. I'm doing it all. Who's giving you all of that for $10? Who? So yeah, anyone who goes today, you're going to regret it. Like, they all come crawling back. Everyone who leaves me, they always crawl back. So let's see the shit I'm going to get. Not really in it, which is nice. I really think the people I have right now are loyal. There might be one or two, not so much. The dial stays on 22 grand, number 22 seed. Wow. Satanic's 22, innit, Joseph? Wow. Someone really take the freaking other guy because they sensed it wasn't Nadal. Voting means you consent. Don't waste your energy on it. I can't deny with that. Yeah, when you vote, you're consenting. All right? When you vote, you're consenting. You're playing along with it. We need to stop the blame game to grow and raise our game. We need to direct our energy on positive things. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Don't let them take our energy. 100%. That's one of the things about what I do. When people always ask me to decode these rituals, I'm actually giving my energy to satanic rituals. That's why, if you notice now in a lot of my videos, I talk about God, talk about positivity. I make you laugh. I'm not just telling you about how sick the world is, because that keeps you on a low frequency, doesn't it? Wow, Adam, why 10 Downing Street? I think we all know the answer. Adam, I think everybody's lives is scripted down to a T. We're all here playing out our script. The elite have their script to play out, and we all have ours. Yeah, again, maybe the so-called elite, I don't like that term. They've been given their script. There's nothing they can do about it. Or maybe, like I said, it depends on free will. What level do we have with that? I don't know. How do we leave this world without getting reincarnated back down? We're in hell down here, and we need to get back to source, the creator. Life is death for a game. It's how you play it. Good luck and long life to everybody. Much love. This is a beautiful comment. I'd rather respond to these comments than who's going to win between the Kansas City Royals and the Mets. You know what I mean? I do it. I put the stuff out there. But it's like this stuff. What's Gabriel saying? Somebody said they were astounded by my PSG code. But then again, you just don't know. Nah. This is where I'm going to teach you all this. I'm going to teach you all this from experience. Somebody said on my post this. Somebody took Nadal plus 260. All right. If you are the best player in the world, second best player in the world, and you become 260, 90% of the time or higher, you've lost. Okay? If you're Nadal and you're plus 260 and people can jump on him, he's lost. It's one of the reasons that in play when Serena was winning and then she was like minus 400, then she became like plus 170. I was like, she's gone. She's lost now. She's lost. They're not going to let people get on her. Because there's people that I know this because I was in debt. My life was gambling and coding and watching the odds movement. I was like, right, I'm going to jump in. And like, I started to learn if somebody like Nadal, or say if you had Golden State Warriors, right? And they were playing, let's say they were playing Indiana Pacers. And Warriors started minus 400 to win the game. And in the third quarter, they're plus 270. People say, yeah, well, they've still got Steph, they've got Clay. and maybe Indiana, they struggle in the fourth quarter. If you see the Warriors at plus 260, 90% of the time, the game's over. But people believe in the players still. But the odds movement is real. So when Nadal's plus 260, don't jump on him. Even at plus 115, really dangerous when he became plus money. It's a real red flag. All right, if a Djokovic, if a Nadal, if I don't know if it's the World Cup, for example, and Brazil are down 1-0 at half time to a really, really average international team, and they're like plus 130 just to win, and they're playing, I don't know, say they're playing Iran, they probably ain't winning because they're not going to give you Brazil at plus 130. They don't. Oh, it's one out of 10. What did Joseph say? The Bible says no reincarnation. That is correct. But a lot of people talk about reincarnation. Durrell, who I love to bits, he really believes in the reincarnation will. Trust defeated Sonic, amazing code. Knew you'd hammer it. Thank you, Jenny. Johnny. I can't not say Johnny when I. Oh man, this hurt. This irritate me. It's like I do incredible codes that 2 people get on. And I'll do a world-class code that looks like it, and everyone in the community gets them. Gets on Nadal. Literally do this code. Everyone gets on Nadal, and the day after he loses. You nailed another one. Thank you, Patrick. Cheers, Patrick. Been appreciating your comments. It is typical, man. It's like, all right, so everyone's going to get on Nadal after the incredible code and the day after he's gone. Like, really? I kind of have to laugh. And I've even said this. People into politics are hard not to crack, a stubborn breed of sheep. That is true. Once you are fully like a Democrat or a Republican and you're really engaged in it and you got brought up with it, you tell them your vote doesn't mean anything. That's like telling a diehard football fan that the game's predetermined and satanic. You're turning into a type of god in this business, no disrespect intended. Yeah, I'm not a god. I think I'm speaking the word of him. I'm not a god. Great code, bro. Wild stuff. I don't think gematria is ever going to wake many people up, but date durations could. Also, I wouldn't advise betting on this as, okay, she was a big favorite. Again, I didn't do it for you to bet on. I didn't know the odds. So people were leaving comments. I didn't know. I didn't post it. Like, that's not going on my hits. Yes, another win. Trust wins. I didn't even know the odds, guys. I didn't know if Sunak, as far as I'm aware, that Sunak months ago was the number 1 candidate. That's all I know. I didn't know Trust was the favorite. But that's what I'm getting at. I didn't post that code, guys. I didn't post that code for Trust to win you money. It's not why I did it. I didn't even know you could still bet on this shit anymore about who's going to be Prime Minister. All right? It's not why I did it. So again, the code was breathtaking. It showed you why that person is now the Prime Minister. It was unbelievable. Did it all by myself, like nearly all my codes. That's what it was about, to show you that government's corrupt. That's why I did it. We don't have to bring the odds into it. Yes, baby, I'm good to see part of this brilliant community. Somebody called Kane. Hope it's not Harry or the wrestler. Oh, this hit me. And Kane, if you probably took Nadal, I don't think you did, because you were commenting on my Brighton code. Why, Adam, this is crazy. Do you think Trump gets in one more time? Too many people are talking about it, where it's like, probably not. Too many people are saying Trump's coming back. That's a red flag. He may. There's all sorts of shit for him to come back. There's all sorts of stuff for Trump to come back. Trump is 47, isn't it? Next president's the 47th. Sorry, guys, I've not really gone on my website. It's not like me. Usually I do it first thing, but I had so much shit doing. Yes, there's a lot of good comments here. See if anyone signed up. See if anybody left. Let's have a look. If there's any interesting numbers. 13 sales, 4 sign-ups, 2 cancellations. I don't often get cancellations, but 13 sales. So 11 people renewed, 2 new people. It's going up. Just got to play slow and steady. I'll give you why I like Nadal, just so you know. So it's not always as sure as. I'll tell you why I like Nadal, and maybe the code once again. People say you've got to go with your gut. If the code's great, you got to post it. I thought this code was incredible, and that sometimes worries me. This is what I put. Oh, geez, it's so long. All right, I like Nadal to win this US Open. He can get his 23rd Grand Slam, the 9th prime. So, of course, I like him to win tomorrow. He just lost. And he lost 3-1 the 11th prime. The US Open is played on the 9th month of the year, the 142nd edition. 14-2 is the 45th day of the year, and 45 is the 9th triangular number. The final's on 9/11. That date is a span of 39 days after Nadal's birthday. Rafael Nadal, 39. New York, 39. Masonry, 39. He can stay on 41 US Open losses. He got his 42nd. There's another 42 for the Beast, reigning for 42 months. Nadal just got his 42nd loss. That worried me, but I thought he may have a possibility of getting that in the final. I never thought in my wildest dreams he was going out today. Kobe Bryant equals 41 and died at age 41. 9/11 occurred on 41 date numerology. It involved planes like Kobe's death. And then I said this, he may meet Australian Kyrgios in the final, who is ranked 13th, and 41 is the 13th prime. So he's my second favourite, the Australian. Nadal can win his 5th US Open. Kobe scored 5 points in his last game in his first game versus the GOAT Michael Jordan. Games on the 11th day of the month, which is the US Open final. Nadal can stay on 11 US Open losses. 11 is the 5th prime. So he just got his 12th US Open loss. He was born on a day living 211 days left in the year. The Basilica struck lightning on 211, right before Francis became the Pope. 211 is the 47th prime. Vatican, 47. Francis, 47. 47-year-old is now the Prime Minister of England. Freemason Compass set at 47 degrees. 47 is the 15th prime. 15 is the 5th try. Could have got his 5th US Open. The finals a span of 3 months and 7 days before the Pope's birthday. Can get his 37th Masters title. Notice how he stayed on 36. 666 is the 36 triangular number, and Nadal just stayed on 36 Masters championships, which is my age. Beast equals 47. Nice, Joseph. I won 3K on Rublev. Wow, that's insanity money. Congratulations. Illusion, I was finally able to sign up for the website. Thank you, Truth Matters 222. It really means a lot. Every time someone signs up, it means a lot. And again, it's not for the $9 that I get after tax, whatever it is. It's the recognition and having amazing people like you be part of the community. Men's final on 9/11, 156 prime. Yeah, Kyrgios, just Nick, how he mainly goes is 156. Yep, exactly. That's nice. He was my second favorite, which I said in the code, but I did like Nadal, but the code was too fresh. Nadal, Francis became the Pope in 2013. Nadal holds the open era record for the highest career wins percentage, and he's on 213 losses coming into this. Oh my goodness, it is. Wow, guys, somebody was asking me. I looked at this and I ignored it. And it wasn't for the guy to win today. It was the potential of Rafa maybe losing and not winning it. But I was like, no, the code for Rafa is too good. Aleister Crowley, the black magician, the occultist, who was born in 47. No, died in 47. He died in 47. All right. He died 12-1, 11 times 11. Nadal just went out 3-1, the 11th prime. But He died in Hastings. Aleister Crowley died in Hastings. Nadal just stayed on 1,066 wins. 1066 was the Battle of Hastings. Can you believe that? The Battle of Hastings was 1066. Nadal has stayed on 1,066 wins. Crowley died in Hastings. Nadal's got all these satanic numbers again, hence why he stayed on 36 Masters titles at age 36, and 666 is a 36 try, and 3 + 6 is 9. And then this just pissed me off a bit. Daniel 823, because usually satanic codes don't miss. Maybe it's nice, actually, I don't know. In the latter part of their reign, when rebels have become completely wicked, a fierce-looking king, a master of intrigue will arise. That's the Antichrist. Daniel 823. The US Open final is 8 months and 23 days before Nadal's birthday. Kobe was born 23-8. Nadal can win 23rd Grand Slam and stay on 8 Grand Slam final losses. See how clean that is? But the qualifiers for the US Open began on 8-2-3. Finals span of 266 days before Nadal's upcoming birthday. Pope Francis, the 266th Pope. Kobe drafted 26-6. All these GOATs are connected. 266 days is 8 months and 24 days. Kobe Bryant Day. 8 + 24 = 32. Wait, is today the 248th day of the year when he went out? See, I get the numbers. He's gone out on the 248th day of the year. And I had all those 24 8s for him. See, that's not deep enough for me. I had all the 248s for Nadal, and he's just gone out on the 248th day of the year. Can you believe that? He has all the Kobe connects, and he's out on the 248th day of the year. Vanessa Bryant received a $16 million settlement on 24/8 on Kobe Bryant Day. Guys, it's going to start pissing it down here soon. I've got to bring my washing in. How did your car get damaged? Where I live, it's like a dirt road, and I was driving down the hill, and then you couldn't see the drop, and the car's dropped and cracked the front of it and messed up the front of my car. And I feel like it's damaged my engine to an extent because it's making funny noises and it's not driving as smooth. So yeah, that's what happened to my car. I don't want to keep raving on about Nadal. There were loads of shit for him. But yeah, it seems the 23 was a trap because they're being hit, and maybe there's a new number now. I don't know. Because I really thought he was going to get that 23rd, the 9th prime, in the 9th month of the year on 9/11 after Serena went out 9 days before 9/11 and she stayed on 23 Grand Slams. So Serena stayed on 23 Grand Slams. That was obviously going to happen. The big bloke. Please tell me I'm going to get into England. There's lightning on Friday. There's lightning where I live on Thursday. There's lightning in Mexico City, and there's lightning on Friday. Are you telling me that's not freaking Satan? Luke 10:18. No, I don't think book is switch for me, Revelation chapter 18. I don't think the book is switch. The code was for him to lose today. And there's nothing he could have done about it, or the bookies could have done about it for me. I think the book is like the algorithm within this reality know who's going to win. That's why I can see through the odds. When that's Nadal plus 260, he's not winning. He's not winning, unfortunately. But I don't think that the bookies say, right, Nadal, you're not going to win. You think they can perfect it so much where they miss a shot and do a worldy shot and get every point right? Because when you think about the betting, guys, there's all sorts of shit to factor in. You can bet on how many games a player wins, how many sets that they win. You can take the plus 1.5. You can take how many aces a player gets, how many double faults. There's so many stats to consider to then say, right, Nadal, you're going to do 5 double faults. You're going to do 7 aces. You're going to win this amount of sets. You're going to win by this score because you can get +1 or +3. Like, for example, if Nadal wins 6-4, you could have actually won the bet. If he won the first set 6-4 and you took this underdog +3 in the set, so he actually won 7-6. So there's no way for me that the bookies are turning around and saying, right, let's flip it. Too much money on Nadal. There were loads of money on Medvedev, who lost. He's gone out. He was the favourite. It wasn't Nadal. He was the favourite, Medvedev. Then Nadal was the second. And then just behind him is the Australian guy, who has the second best riddle that I've seen. So it's almost 5. I'm going to do maybe 15 minutes. Bring in my clothes, fold them, start thinking about packing. 6079 Smith, like the one I went days between Kanye's birthday and the Guidestones, he calls himself users. Yeah, the incredible 1018 connections with Kanye West. Baffling. Good stuff. How you doing, brother? Seattle, 47 degrees, and New York, yeah. Bill Gates from Seattle. Donald Trump from New York. Or at least that's what they tell us. Hidden Cosmic Codes, homework for your brother. I think you will enjoy. Yeah, I need to speak to Rambo. He can learn so much from me, and I can learn so much from him. If we put our knowledge together. Djokovic didn't go to the US Open. He declared 3 months and 3 days after his birthday he wouldn't go because he's not vaccinated. Told you my flight to England is insanely expensive because I can't lay over in the US because I don't have the you-know-what. Hayden Walker, I 100% agree with you that they're not switching results. This is... I have coded Messi's career as of now, Brady's, LeBron's. You've seen my Kobe. If you haven't seen my Kobe book, you need to read it. They can't just change a game and a score, and it's all perfectly scripted. These GOATs' careers like Nadal was losing today. And the reason why people lose money, Revelation chapter 18, is because of the code. Because the code's inconsistent. That's why Man City can draw with Aston Villa. Logically, you've got a Man City team destroying everybody with second favourite to win the Champions League or first. Battering everybody. They're going against a Villa team who are struggling to score and conceding a lot. Logically, if it was ability, Man City beat them. But because of the code, the way the code had to play out, Man City drew. So that cost a lot of people's accumulators, I'm sure, or singles, I'm sure. It ain't because the Freemasons or Jesuits said right before the game or a day before the game or they had a meeting. Right, today is 1-1, guys. Ireland, you're scoring, and whoever scored for Villa, I can't even remember. They don't change it. They might make you think that they're doing that. It might look so blatant at times that a player's just stopped playing, or a team's up by 20 at halftime in the NBA, and then they lose. It's easy to think at halftime the coaches have said, right, so much money on you guys to win this. We're going to have to turn it around and let this team back in. They're not doing that. If a bet loses, the person just didn't decode it right. Yeah. Yeah, simple as that. That's how I see it. If you truly believe in how this all works with the code, I don't 100% know that it's all coded the way I think it is. My hit rate suggests it, but I don't know. I might just be a very lucky guy. You miss a code like the Nadal one, but then it's important to learn from it. And then when you learn from it, people go see, so you can find numbers for everything. I always learn. My whole journey on this is to learn and share that knowledge. So now Nadal's out. I could figure out why he went out. I could have a little look now, like the span from his birthday. So often in tennis as well, the favorite wins 3 sets for the 6-6-6. You'll often see a 6-6-6 next to each other with tennis. Have you noticed? Why is it first to 6? Unless it's a tiebreaker. Why did they have to make it 6 so a player could go 6-6-6? How many times has Djokovic and Nadal and Federer gone 6-6-6 when they've won 3-0 or 3-1? No, they can't do that. They can't do 6-6-6. How many times have Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic won 3-0? 6-6-6. So I wonder how many times in the career that's happened. So I know that Nadal's born on 6-3 and he just lost the fourth set 6-3. And he's born 6-3, which is also when it's also when Liverpool were founded, 6-3. And Madrid, who he supports, were founded on the 6th of March, like 6-3. And he was at that Champions League final in France when he won the French Open, like I said he would, supporting Madrid. So, like, for example, if you do from his birthday why he went out, you'll get something interesting. Done. He's all Pope, this guy. Nadal just lost 13 weeks and 3 days after his birthday. Francis became the Pope 13-3. If you include the end date, it's 95 days. He just went out on 9-5. So I would still post this stuff. I'm sure people won't give a shit because that's the ones who just don't care. They only care about money. But he's just gone out. Wow. 13 weeks and 3 days after his birthday when Francis became the Pope, 13-3. If you include the span, wow, there you go. It's 3 months and 3 days. I'll do a post about this after this. Listen to this for 33s. New York's 33, yeah? The GOAT born in 63, nice. Kobe Bryant retired 2016, the 63rd triangular number connected to the GOAT. Your hit rates definitely suggest it. They do. They do, but thank you. Yeah, I've got the AC on. I don't watch sports and incredibly inspired. Thank you, Jenny. I try and talk about a range of topics. I know that people don't just want to hear me rattle off sports decodes. How many points do you get for a touchdown? 6. What's the highest score in darts? 60 plus 60 plus 60, 180, 666. 2/3 of a baseball innings, 6. 2 times 3 is 6. In cricket, when you play cricket, the most points you can get off a shot is 6. It's hit a 6. You hit a 6, don't you, in cricket? Wow. A game of golf, professional golf, 18 holes, split into 6-6-6. I told you about how an 18-yard box in football, 6-yard box, 12-yard box for the penalty, 18-yard box, 6-6-6. Wow. When you play pool, I don't know this, I should know this. When you play pool, do you have to put 6 colors and then the black? How many balls in a game of pool? Depends if it counts the white ball. 22 balls made up of 1 white ball. 15 red balls, 6 numbered colored balls. Oh, that's the American version. Where's the English one? You basically have yellow and red. Oh, this is like 8 ball and shit. I have a pool table at my house in England. And I'm almost sure that there's, or maybe it's 7. because they call it the 8 ball, don't they? So maybe I guess there's 7 red, 7 yellow, 15 balls. If it's the lucky 8 ball. No, the pool table, like the American version has all the different colours. If you got a pool table in a bar in England or a pub, it's red and yellow. And the black ball. In the US, you've got stripes and spots. We don't have that in England. Not that I ever played. I used to play on a pool time. I love pool. I've told you, anyone who comes to my house, my mum's house, I'll kick your ass at pool. Woo! Or maybe I won't. Maybe you'll beat me. Maybe you'll beat me. I haven't played for forever. Don't see me have pool tables out here. Adam, what about rugby? I'm trying to work out the league here, and it's the same. All the sports are coded. It's like the MLS is coded the same way as the Premier League. Just most people. If I did all these amazing MLS codes, which I've done in the past, people don't care because it's the MLS. You know what I mean? If I code stuff like that, if I code like darts or pool or not pool, snooker and stuff that I've done, people don't care because they're not attached to it. That's why when I do Premier League codes, people are all obsessed over them. I get my most views when I talk about the Premier League and the NFL. Talk about God, get no views. Amber G said, it sounds like you're experiencing many challenges. They come in cycles and they pass too. Indeed, a badge of honor. Thank you, Amber. I'll leave you a little thank you, Amber, there. I've got to get to England. That's what it's all about for me now. I have to get to England. I have to be there on Friday. As a blend of these influences, the number 322 symbolizes discovering and serving your soul's path and mission in this life. Remember, my electricity came on at 322. It also symbolizes gaining knowledge of the ancient wisdom, cooperation, compromise, adaptability, serving others, idealism, creativity, increased growth, balance, harmony, and optimism, happiness, and joy. No wonder my electricity came back on at 322. I am gaining knowledge of ancient wisdom. I am serving others. I am becoming more creative. In general, I am happy and in harmony. Wow. I have to leave a wow. Wow, I love that. I love this, not that. This and that and these and those. It is called being under satanic attack. When you do the work of Christ, this is inevitable. I've been demonized. You get no badge. Sorry, my friend. That's why walking Christian life is difficult. Do not quit. I will never quit, brother. Same to you. I'll never quit. I think you know that in my voice and my eyes. I don't quit. These lot are reading scripts made 30 years in advance, like a Harry Potter book full of illusions, whatever. The acting began from 1971 after removal of gold standard under the WEF. The PM Defo bloke. Actually, maybe if I read that back. No, I know what it's saying. He's talking about the prime ministers. Just it's calling them out. David's giving me advice about getting my money back for getting fined. Had to screw around with the Mexican police, to be honest, especially when you're a so-called gringo. I'm going to go into jail. Steve-O. In the latest YouGov poll, Prince Charles ranks as the 7th most popular royal with only a 42% overall approval rate. Research by Ipsos revealed that 42% of Britons think Prince Charles should allow Prince William to take the throne. I've told you that Prince William could be the Antichrist. I think he has the Antichrist within him. He's born on summer solstice, 21/6. 6 times 6 times 6. The universe is testing you, bro. Stay positive and also try not to worry about the flight storms. You will make it home. I love Thomas Lockwood. I really want to meet this guy. Guys, I think 07. I think 6079 is calling right before I'm about to teach English, so I'll get him on. Is this my brother from Idaho?
Yes.
Hi, how you doing, lad? Give me some words of wisdom.
So I just heard you talking about the 313. For some reason, I was thinking The Purge came out on 313. I swear it used to. Maybe that's.
I'll look. Has there only ever been one movie of The Purge, or two?
I think there's been a couple. To be honest, I don't watch movies. I just look at release dates and.
I know the original work of The Purge was the franchise began in 2013 when Francis became the Pope. I know that.
And so that was what got me started on it. So if I could just, I got a quick breakdown of it. So
please,
from the release of The Purge until Event 201, because that's kind of their whole idea, is it's a purge of society, is 332 days. The Purge address, I've never heard anybody break any of this down. I find it really
I could nail The Purge, but I want to hear your code. But yeah, I've not looked into it because I've never watched the movie, but I know what it's based on. It's a dystopian horror.
Magic announced that he had that. I don't believe that he did, but so they retroactively now, if you look, they say that the first case of AIDS was the 114th day. So the address of the Purge House is 11484 Iverson, and the zip code is 91311, like in 91 on the 311th day Magic announced, and it's Chatsworth, California. I think these are Chatsworth having. I don't know. I'm just a little insane with some of the stuff. I don't know how people take it or what they think about it.
Listen to this. Listen to this. In addition to the films. The franchise has spawned a 20-episode television series which premiered on September the 4th, 2018 and concluded on December the 17th, 2019. December the 17th, 2019 was the Pope's birthday. The TV show of this, based off The Purge, ended on the Pope's birthday. What?
Oh, okay.
Wow. And also, it says The Forever Purge was released on July the 2nd, 2021, 7-2. Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013, and the franchise The Purge began in 2013. It's satanic. Yeah, he is the Antichrist, I'm telling you. Not the Antichrist, the false prophet. It's the false prophet.
And that's what I'm not always trying to be, I'm not anti any religion. I'm Christian, but I'm not necessarily anti any religion. I just think Islam ties in with a lot of it. I call it Islamism because it's Islam and communism are married together, and it's Satan worship. And
pretty much
they have, just to throw in that they have the 72 virgins. 72 is a huge number.
There's the 72 demons as well. There's the 72 72 demons.
72 years from Aleister Crowley to Event 201. I mean, it's really big in Satanism, and which I think is.
I didn't know that.
Also, but I'm not doubting that Pope Francis could be there. Definitely.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that since the basilica was struck by lightning twice, like Luke 10:18, Satan fell out of heaven like a lightning bolt. Right as Francis became the Pope, that happened. That's when that was 9 years ago as well. That's why there's all the nines.
Well, I'm sure you've probably heard this. If you take Obama's two daughters' names and spell them backwards and take out the word Allah, it spells I am Satan.
I'm gonna look at that myself. I never knew that.
Now, people will doubt that and they'll say, "Well, you're not spelling Allah correctly." I don't care how you spell his name. You take out A-L-A-H out of it. It's the same thing. His name has two L's in it.
So what is it? Malia and Sasha.
Malia and Natasha. And if you take out the A-L-A-H and spell them backwards, it spells I am Satan. Interesting.
Yeah, Joseph does amazing work with Obama's satanic connections. Like,
I agree. Joseph does some amazing work with that, for sure.
Yeah, it's like his calling.
I find it interesting, too. If you look up the 2012 Olympic opening ceremony where they had the empty crowd.
I watched the whole thing to study it. It took about freaking 3 hours.
There's a mainstream reporter, and I can't remember if it was CNN, but it's one of the biggest reports on this. And you look up I can't remember the exact words. I had a screenshot. I had like 4,000 screenshots, and the person who wrote the story's name is Barry Neal. And he was coronated. You know, it was in England. He was coronated by the Queen then, and Barry Neal. And I'm not going against, you know, like I said, I'm open to anything. You know, I think Trump possibly could be.
But are you on about kneeled, like when you get knighted, you kneel, and George Floyd got knelt?
That's the person who wrote the story's name is Barry Neal, and it was released at like 11:13 p.m. I mean, it just. I don't have the whole breakdown on that.
I know, but it's I'll look into The Purge because it's predictive programming.
Yeah.
Like they don't just throw these movies out to entertain you. I think The Purge has had, honestly, I think it's had 6 movies as well.
No, definitely.
And you've got one of them that was called The Purge Election Year, which was 2016, and that's the year Donald Trump became the president and took over from Obama, 2016. But he officially took over 2017, I think, didn't he? Like January. But he got elected in. Yeah, but he
dropped the 0 and it's
6 times 6 times 6.
217.
Yeah, for when he actually officially became president, but he was elected in 2016 and he replaced Obama.
Yeah, I have a ton of 2017 connections. Like at the beginning of 2021, Obama turned 21700 days. In the good year of 2020, Jordan's birthday was 2-17. Obama's was the 217th day, and Gates was born 2170 days before Obama, and Osama bin Laden was born 2107 days before Jordan. And I have 100 more.
Do you believe that Obama was bin Laden?
I think so.
I do. From what I've studied, I literally think that he was. He was a character played by. What about the level of mockery to have the U.S. president or future president play the role of the most hated terrorist that's ever attacked the U.S. For it to be Obama with a beard, it looked just like him in the eyes and everything.
You do great videos on that. I'd love to see you do a breakdown on that.
I could really nail that if I've got to teach English in a bit, but yeah, that's been on my waiting list for a while. Obama and Osama. It's like, wow. I think I've done a few things with it.
The Sandy Hook laughing coroner and the CDC head, Robert Simpson. He ended up stepping down. It's not that he was the one right before Walensky. It's the same person. I don't know if you've seen that.
I really do believe, like when I did my video to say that Justin Bieber's The Weeknd, I've just got an image, all right, that I've screenshotted. Justin Bieber is performing in pink tight pants and a pink shirt, and in the background it says "Welcome to the Weekend."
Yeah.
Oh, it says week. It either says "Welcome to the Weekend" or "Weekend." Yeah. Right behind him, the image they chose. So I'll definitely call out Bieber. My mate Red Pill Monkey sent me all these images of Bieber's chest and Brad Pitt's chest and David Beckham's chest, showing me where they've had breast reductions. And he showed me the scars and how it works and the scar that you get for having it. And they all have them. That's why Beckham's chest is like indented, and if you really study the chest, that they're actually indented, the chest. Johnny Depp's, Bieber, it's crazy. So I might have to do a little video on that as well. Just it might upset a few girls, but it might upset a few gay guys as well. I don't give a shit about upsetting people if I'm speaking what I believe to be hard-earned truth. I don't care if it upsets a few people. You're gonna hurt people speaking this type of stuff. With the codes and numbers, people, it don't really hurt them. When I tell them that Justin Bieber maybe plays the role of The Weeknd and he's a woman, that triggers people.
I've just made comments and people have dropped me because, it's like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but sorry, not sorry. The truth is the truth. So,
bro, my microwave has the wrong time on it. All right, completely wrong time. I've just looked at my microwave and it says 1:33. And it's 5:06 for 56 right now. I just checked, but it's literally It's literally 133 on my microwave, and you called because of the 133. Colin Goddard has just. I'm taking that. Wow. So I say they play multiple characters, and I'm not the only one doing this. Colin in my chat just said the dragon has 3 faces. Always remember that. The dragon has 3 faces. I did a video about how Billie Eilish is playing the role. Whoever's playing Billie Eilish is playing the role of 2 other people. The character playing Billie Eilish is actually playing little Xan or something, and also somebody else. I did a video that this guy, because Billie Eilish is a bloke, Billie's a male goat, just everything screaming Billie Eilish is a man. And I said the person playing Billie Eilish is playing little Xan and also playing this other character, 3 of them. So the fact that I've never connected the dragon having 3 faces. That is brilliant.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to apologize, but I don't know if you're in the live. I broke down in the live. Everything got to me. It's crazy. Not happening. I don't know. Literally, somebody brought up my ex-wife, and I was like, oh, geez. But I'm not going to start that again. Were you in the chat for that? Were you in the live?
I was not. I'm actually my wife's back home now, and I'm going to have to make dinner. If I could just one more last thing. So from the day Magic released and announced until the release of the Purge, 7, 8, 7 days. I thought that was interesting.
7 days. Wow. So for you, just before you go, is like, who do you think's coding everything?
Who do I think Kobe is?
No, who do you think is coding everything? Even like somebody like my life, your life, like who do you think's behind it for you?
I mean, I guess probably the things that are good. I don't know. I feel like it's so powerful God, but I also feel like it could be Satan behind a lot of it, pulling the strings because he's the Lord of this world, and he's trying to have people marvel after the beast. I mean, some of these things are absolutely fabulous.
And he's done it, hasn't he? He's done a freaking good job.
Yeah.
He really has done a good job to take people away.
I mean, the amount of deception. The only thing I struggle with, and this, I'd love to see Joseph maybe do a video on it. I know I'm maybe not off on the right foot with him, but he's a real spiritual person or someone like you. Is I struggle with, the plan's been written since the beginning, and I'm not trying to sound blasphemous. I'm just trying to sound 100% genuine and honest. Is why he can't, kind of change some of the things, because some of the things suck. And I have an easier life than a lot of people in the world. I'm grateful for it, but I see the suffering from other people, and it just seems like it's unnecessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again,
I'm not trying to lose faith or anything, but
no, if we go back to what I was discussing earlier, this we are living in Satan's realm. So when you start questioning why these bad things happen, you're living in Satan's realm. But it's not. Remember as well that he was originally Lucifer. He was an angel. So I do deep down believe there might be some sort of. No, I don't know. It's hard to say actually, but there's a lot of beauty in this world. If it's Satan's realm, there's still tons of beauty in there. Look at it. Just this phone call now. He's not stopped it. He don't have as much control of this realm as you think, but he has permission to deceive the masses. All right, but he can't make you do something. He can only influence you. He can't make you do it. He can only heavily influence you or put you in situations where you feel like you have no choice. But you always have a choice, and that's where God comes into it. For me,
yeah.
So it is his realm. Shit's going to happen here.
I don't live the greatest life, but I see people around me, and it's like I have done everything. I mean, I go in the grocery store. I'll tell to 30, 40 people at Johns Hopkins University's motto, the same as the CIA, the truth will set you free, and that Hopkins means son of but it's an old name for the devil. And it wakes some people up, but I mean, I don't live in New York City. I wish I did. I'd probably have gotten shot by now because it's hard to watch this happen.
If a random guy came up to me and started talking about St. John's Hopkins and Event 201 and all that, I'd probably tell them to piss off. I don't know what you're on about. I'd say, who are you? Go away.
No, and I agree.
That's what I would say. Like back in the day, I'd say, who are you?
For the hospital, I mean, I do it everywhere. So I've tried what I can. I got my wife's home now, though, and she's telling me to get off the phone. So
listen,
I'm gonna let you go. I apologize. I appreciate the work you do, Adam. God bless.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, and everybody in the chat appreciates you. And if you can wake up one person in your life, then that's one person, mate. That's huge. You can't expect to wake up the whole world. If you can wake up one person through the knowledge, then God bless you for doing that. That's how I see it.
That's what I try to do. All right, take care, man.
All right, take care. Much love. Thank you, mate. Thanks for everything. Bye. He just randomly calls me. I love him. Like, it was tough for me reading his codes. Like, at times I thought, who is this guy? Like, his codes are so good. I was like, is he some sort of like high ranked, like people accuse me of? And they're just putting him in my chat to maybe outshine me or whatever. But then you speak to somebody, you speak to them, and you feel that energy. You can, like, you know, he's genuine. You know, he really just wants to help. All right. He wants you to hear his codes, not for his ego. Look at that vein in my head. Look at the vein in my head. It looks like an M. Look at my head. What is this vein? It's like a freaking lightning bolt. Guys, what's this vein in my head? Can you see it? Wow. The heck? The freaking brain's going to come out. I'm not shocked. Much love, Divine. Hope you had a good shift. He holds the keys to the realms up to 6. It's pretty obvious if you read enough. Yep. But I think in every realm you have free will. But it'll make you feel like you don't. Gabrielle, how you doing, brother? Adam makes me laugh. Gigi. When I get that comment, it's hard to understand over a comment. Is that positive? That, yeah, it looks like an aneurysm. When you say I make you laugh, is that positive, or I make you laugh because I talk shit? Like, you make me laugh with your butt. Or is it a positive thing? I hope it's positive. Has Hubbard cancelled another trip because of Sweet Lady? Not getting into Hubbard. But again, he has free will. That's why you can't let your girlfriend, your boyfriend, husband or wife, your kid tell you what you can and cannot do. All right? You're just being a bitch by doing that, in my opinion. If you really believe there's a deep thing that needs to be done and you've got a calling to do it, and your wife says, no, we're supposed to be going for a picnic today. No, this is more important. I'll be back in a few days. And I'll call you and I love you. If I ever get a girl again, I'll be very clear. You ain't telling me what to do, but I'll respect you. And I'll treat you like a beautiful woman. But if you think you're going to tell me what I can and cannot do to a certain level, you'll be gone. And I'll tell you, you're done. You're not telling me what to do. If I want to go pound pavement with Big Al and then put on a 47 team accumulator for 50 cents and win $85, I'll do it. Whether they want to go for picnics or not. Simple. Don't make me a jackass just because I don't do everything somebody wants me to do. That makes them a jackass for expecting me to do everything they want me to do. Woo, my throat's starting to hurt and I can't even go out of woo because I know it'll hurt. Stop watching him ages ago, I'm glad. Yeah, extremely toxic, extremely negative, hates Christians, hates flat earth. I occasionally have rants about a few things, but I don't hate on people other than these deceivers right at the top. Soothers in Mexico. I'm sure they'll have them. I can't leave my house now. It should be raining about now, so I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go and bring in my washing. It is scheduled to rain. Where's my weather? Oh, I avoid the rain. Oh, my word. Guys, I don't want to show you where I live, although some of you know. Look at the temperature. It's 33 degrees. It's 33 degrees. Are you shitting on me? So the rain's not actually coming till later. Later today. Look. You see you can't really see. You can't see it. The rain's coming. I see it's raining in London right now. But it's going to stop raining at 2 a.m. And then it's raining all day. Seems like you're going to have a shitty Tuesday of weather, guys, in England, in London anyway. And again, England's such a tiny place. It's pretty much the same weather everywhere in England. It's a release of Built Hurt Sometimes, Adam. Your name was the first two. We are all Jocktan Burns. Yeah, Adam, the first man on earth. Do you know that my dad named me after a performer that he loved called Adam Faith? Adam and last name's Faith, from some singer-actor who got all the girls. Get all the girls and make them cry. Woo! Go all the way to Space Mountain. Woo! Adam Faith. My dad named me after a guy called Adam Faith, and I was born on my father's birthday, obviously his son, the father and the son. Lightning and thunder. Wow. Do you think it's a coincidence you got lightning and thunder right now? And you've got a new prime minister? 10 Downing Street. Lightning equals 55, the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. Satan 10. It's not it. The people. I used to think that man was completely controlling the weather at times. I think that's supernatural as well. Divine. Go on, Divine. Hey, I'll try it. Go on, Divine. Yeah, Mexico equals 33. So does England. 6079 Smith, good morning from London again. But yeah, Rig, love your work, Adam, and your lives with Edders is the best. Oh, wow, Edders. It's been a while. I know in England, pretty much everyone called me Edders. It'll be weird going back to England, getting used to that. But it says 4 angels blow wind from the 4 corners of the earth. That's why you got the 4 elements. You got the 4 elements, haven't you? Before I go, because I have to go to get prepared for my class, tell me the 4 elements. Little challenge from Mr. Adam. Tell me the 4 elements. Who's going to be the first one? Then I have to go. For at least 6 months, ironically, after the storm of crying, the sun comes out again. Wow. Earth, wind, fire, but there's 4. Earth, fire, air, wind. It's just started raining. Why is it raining everywhere? Earth, air, fire, and water. Your 4 elements. And all those 4 elements are literally essential to life. All right? They're essential to life. Your earth, your water, your air, your fire, made up of all matter. It's a cornerstone of philosophy. It's why the Microsoft logo is the 4 elements, which people have not acknowledged. The Microsoft logo is the 4 elements. All right? Okay. All right. Okay. I got to get off. I have to prepare for my class. But I have to bring my washing in and fold it. 57 likes out of 60. It says I got 61 likes. It's frozen me. Just froze me. Wow. I have green with every meal. Nice. Yeah. Nice. So, life is a roller coaster and just gotta ride it. Jeez, I definitely think I've got having an aneurysm here. My brain's coming out of my head. So yeah. Proper preparations prevent poor performance. Go on, Adam. I'm an organized guy. I'm a clean guy. I've got to get this shit done. I don't even know if it's completely dry. It's all out there as well. The stuff you see is not like barely any of it. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it with the lighting. But it's about to rain in a few hours, so I've got to bring it in. I'm really, really fortunate that I was able to do the washing. I thought it'd already be raining now. I didn't want to come back with a full laundry of dirty clothes from England because it would stink. Finally giving us a 24-hour stream. I have got to teach English, mate, to Lily. I lose track of what day it is. I cancelled my football because I thought it would be raining. Don't rain on my parade. Stop the beer. Yeah, I will. I won't have another beer now. 2's plenty for me. But I felt like I needed them. I thought I lost my bank card today. I had to drive back to the bank. And then I was like grateful that I got my card back. Again, life's a roller coaster, baby. Just got to ride it. Just got to whoop, 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 and see what happens when the ride ends. Thank you, Jenny, for everything. 6079 Smith. I'll read his last code before I go. Tiger the Rapper was 11774 on Super Bowl 11-7, 311th day. Tiger was 16847, like 1984. Snoop was 18325 days, which is a zip code of Tabby Tabby, a striped cat, like a tiger from Tiger's first wins the Bengals get into the Super Bowl. Wow. Super Bowl 9072 days. 972 is Israel, connected to Israel. Did you know Ryan Giggs plays Giggs the Rapper? I didn't. So there we have it. Off I go. I'm leaving at 2 hours and 57 minutes. The 55th prime, which is a 10th fib and try. I think it's perfect to leave at 257. Just to show you that. I don't know, there's been all this shit going on recently. I'm going to leave now. All right, take care. I'm off. Much love. If I have internet tomorrow and the storm's not too bad, I'll try go live again. If not, if I'm not live tomorrow, it's because I don't have electricity. Okay? Cheers. Thank you. 56 in the live. Perfect. With all the 56s I coded for the Prime Minister. All the best. Take care. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everyone on my website. You allow me to do these lives. Otherwise, I would be coaching now or grading or whatever. If I didn't have that website, I wouldn't be doing this. So cheers. Thank you. Much love. Take care. Woo.